Larry is the head coach at Hope University in California.
Welcome in to Merrill Red Wilson Field, the site of a battle between the two teams in second place. The Wareham Gatemen come in at 4-4 and battle the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox at 5-2-1 alongside Cory Miller. I'm Josh Richardson. Cory, it is a blistering hot day here.
Is it hot?
I've gone through a few waters so far.
Yeah,
But somehow these guys are going to play a baseball game.
Yeah, temperatures up around mid-90s with first pitch just a couple minutes away. It's been hot all day. The sun is out. I mean, a credit to these guys. Neither team took infield, outfield as a result of how warm it is here in Yarmouth Dennis. Obviously, this game having to start a little earlier because there are no lights. You have to get it in. Don't want to cut it off in case it gets late. So obviously playing here under definitely some warmer temperatures.
Of course, with the game being earlier, going to have to face some of those hotter temperatures before the sun goes down. Currently 4:57, 5 o'clock first pitch. So let's run you through who's on the mound for YD to start it off. Zach Harris, the righty out of Georgia, Cory.
Yeah, Zach Harris, a guy who has not started a game for YD so far this summer, but does have a little bit of starting experience dating back to his spring at Georgia. Made 5 starts for the Bulldogs this past spring. The longest any one of those starts went was 4 innings. He's pitched 2 in relief so far this summer, so probably not a guy who's going to go too long for YD, but a guy who does have a little bit of starting experience and has pitched pretty well for YD. Hasn't allowed a run in the 2 games he's appeared so far this summer.
He's got 6 strikeouts so far this season is Harris. The offense from Wareham that he'll be going against, Braden Randall leads it off, followed by Vance Sheehan and Levi Clark. That's 1, 2, 3. Middle of the order, Ty Daly, Hunter Carnes, first game here for Wareham, followed by Caden McDonald, the designated hitter. And then finaling off the roster, Hayden Yost, Chris McHugh, and Colby Turner, 7, 8, 9, Cory.
Yes, a couple of new additions or newer additions penciling themselves into the lineup. We saw McHugh against Harwich. Really excited to see what Hunter Carnes has to offer tonight in that 5th spot in the order. But you look at 3-4, that's really just been a constant ever since Levi Clark arrived to the Gatemen from Tennessee. He and Daly have really solidified that 3-4 spot in the order.
Well, if you're Levi Clark and you hit a home run back on Sunday against Harwich, really a good way to cement yourself in the heart of that Gateman order. League-wide day off yesterday, Cory, but now getting back here for some more baseball. Wareham got its 4-game win streak snapped against Harwich. YD, on the other hand, currently riding a 4-game win streak. Their last loss was to Wareham back earlier this season, back last week.
Yeah, the 2, as you mentioned, second-place teams in their respective divisions, 2 of the hotter teams in the entire league. So it should be an exciting contest with a good amount to play for between 2 solid squads tonight.
For more preview on this contest, you can find it on the Wareham Gatemen YouTube page. But for now, we're ready to play some ball. Zach Harris on the mound. Braden Randall in the left-handed batter's box. Comes in hitting .263 so far this summer. As a quick equipment change, that's Nolan Traeger catching for the Red Sox today. Getting something worked out with his catching gear. Cory, I have to think that, the outfielders are really going to have a tough time, being in the sun for so long, especially standing there, having to run after, some long fly balls. It'll be really interesting to see how stamina really plays a factor in this with the heat as bad as it is.
Yeah, you got to think they're going to bear the brunt of it, standing in the outfield with the sun bearing down on them. Hopefully, as it starts to set, it's not quite as bad. The catchers, too, behind home plate with all that equipment on. I think they're really going to be sweating by the time this game's done.
Traeger's ready. Randall's in the box. Harris set to deal out of his windup. Kicks his leg. First pitch is a fastball that misses outside for ball 1. Now it looks like there's going to be another wardrobe malfunction with Zach Harris. Looking over to his dugout, trying to communicate.
Not really sure what this is about. Traeger, the catcher, also looking into the dugout and trying to get all these guys situated in the blistering heat. For Harris on the mound, though, kind of expect 3/4 arm angle. He's got a quick arm, works downhill, and really pounds the zone. Just 9 walks for him at Georgia this past spring.
Now Traeger's going to head back over to his dugout so they can talk about what's going on. Looks like it was the strap over his right shoulder of his catching gear that was not being completely cooperative to start off this game.
And as a catcher, you want to make sure all that equipment is fastened. The face mask, the chest protector. You don't need a fastball in the mid or upper 90s hitting you at any part, doing any damage.
Saw Adam Agresti take one off the face mask back on Sunday against Harwich. League-wide day off yesterday, Cory. How did you spend the day?
Well, did a little bit of, prep work for today's game. Went on a nice little 3-mile run. It was a warm one yesterday, but certainly not as warm as it is today. But tried to get some rest in there like some of these guys. I know some of the Gatemen players hit the links yesterday.
A few of them, along with a few of the interns, got some creative work done there. I'm curious to see how some of those guys hit, Cory.
I really am. I know Chase Cruson.
If the baseball swing translates
So
to
that was
the golf
my issue. The baseball and the golf swing, I think, were mutually exclusive, and the one did not help the other. But I know that Chase Cruson actually has his own golf YouTube channel, sort of as like a golf influencer. So I'm interested to see if he was able to get any interesting content out of the 9 holes they played yesterday.
Yeah, it's called Common Golf Club. The last I saw, it was just a hair under 800 subscribers, so it might have ticked up. Maybe it will tick up a little bit more. Some people going to support the Gatemen. The videos do look fun. I did watch the latest video at the time. I'd say that's about 2 weeks ago now. It was fun. Now it looks like we're finally ready to go. It's a 1-0 count. Braden Randall back into the box. Nolan Traeger's back ready behind the plate. And Harris on the mound. Pitch from the 1-0, misses outside 2-0.
From what it seems like, Josh, it maybe was his earpiece that was not working in terms of conveying the signs back and forth.
Harris deals the 2-0. Fastball misses inside. 3 balls, no strikes. You say that, Cory, and I think you might be right. It looked like the earpiece is tucked below that shoulder strap on his gear, and that might have been what they were fixing. Try and make sure all of the signs can be relayed successfully for Harris on the mound. His 3-0 is a fastball right down the middle for strike 1.
Yes, definitely surprised, as I mentioned, to see from Harris. 3 straight balls, again, only 9 walks in over 30 innings of work this past spring. Typically is around the strike zone.
Randall digs in, hits the 3-1 into left field. That's drifting toward the line and foul. Slices just out of play, and a payoff pitch coming up to Braden Randall. Defensive alignment for YD, AJ Soldra, Braden Dowd, and Cider Cannon left to right in the outfield. Corner infielders Cody Miller at the hot corner and Alex Hernandez at first. Up the middle, Yomar Carreras and Will Baker behind the plate. Nolan Traeger, Chris Hakopian will be the DH today. Harris on the mound, ready to deal his 3-2. Chopper over to short, played on by Carreras across the diamond, got him by a half step.
Now batting for...
Yeah, you said it exactly, Josh. Got him by just about a half step. Credit to Harris from battling back from 3-0 to record the out. But Randall showed his leadoff skills, and especially right there, the speed, almost beating out a grounder to shortstop.
Following Randall, Vance Sheehan. He had a pinch hit single against Harwich on Sunday. First pitch, squares a bunt, pulls it back way high. Count 1 ball, no strikes. Tough loss for the Gatemen back on Sunday. It was 3-2 to Harwich. Both of the first 2 Mariners runs came on via error. The final was a passed ball to walk it off in the 9th. 1-0. Fastball misses inside.
Yeah, we talked about in our pre-open up over on YouTube just kind of how weird of a game it was to surrender those 3 runs, 2 of them on the air, or as a result of the air, the other on the wild pitch.
2-0. Fastball fouled into the backstop. Yeah, Levi Clark had a first-inning home run. Colby Turner had a sacrifice fly later in the game to tie it back up. And then in the 9th, just getting some guys on early for Harwich ended up working out in its favor. 2-1. Swing and a miss from Cheyenne.
And credit to Wareham from battling back. They allowed the 2 runs on the airs, tied it up, go to the bottom of the 9th, ultimately lose, but could have easily rolled over and not have made it as big of a battle as it was.
That loss was the first since a week ago today, 9-2 against Chatham. 2-2. Cheyenne went around on a check swing. He was campaigning that it hit him, but he still moved inside. Now 2 quick outs.
Brings up Levi Clark, and even talking about that game on Sunday, he even said he emphasized how weird of a game it was to play and to be a part of, but again emphasized that especially with the day off yesterday, he thinks they're really going to rebound and bounce back starting today.
Yeah, he said, I think we'll be fine. When it comes to Tuesday, we'll get right back in that win column. First pitch misses upstairs with a breaking ball. Clark out in left field today. Hunter Carnes behind the plate. That'll be defensively for the Gatemen in the home half of the innings. Pitch misses outside on a fastball, just past the outstretched glove of Traeger, and over to the backstop, it's 2-0.
And Clark, that absolute bomb of a home run to get the scoring started in the first. As you talked about, Josh, against Harwich. Good to see his first as a Gateman.
So far this season, hitting .375 as he fouls that one back just over the Gateman dugout. Now 2-1. Clark's only got 4 games under his belt. Today is the 5th out of 9 so far this season. 4-4 record for Wareham. YD comes in 5-2-1. 2-1. Fastball misses inside. YD currently on a 4-game win streak, Cory. The Red Sox last loss came back on Wednesday against the Gatemen. 3-1. Chopped foul. Payoff pitch coming up.
And YD, what has been so special about this team, at least in the early going, why they are 5-2-1, why they're riding a 4-game win streak, is because the offense and the pitching have both been there. One of the few starting rotations for YD has actually been as good and even better than Wareham's. Pitching and hitting's really been a strength for them early on.
Clark digs in, payoff, lined over to third, in the glove of Miller, across the diamond in time.
Middle of the first inning, Wareham nothing, YD.
Hot shot from Levi Clark, but to no avail. 3 up, 3 down in the first as the Red Sox come up to bat. Still scoreless entering the home half of the first inning.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings, they're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
3 up, 3 down in the top of the first for Wareham. Now stepping up to play defense, led by starting pitcher Logan Baisley. His second appearance of the season. The first came against YD earlier this year. Cory, he had a pretty nice day.
Yeah, I think pretty nice is almost an understatement. 3 shutout innings, 4 hits, 3 walks. So there was traffic on the base pass fairly consistently throughout his 3 innings of work, but it was how he was able to pitch with runners on base, limit the damage, really eliminate it entirely, didn't allow a single run. Obviously only went the 3 innings, but 3 really quality innings to give the Gatemen a chance and let the offense go to work early.
Since then, Cory, of course, YD been capitalizing a lot more with runners in scoring position, so something for Baisley to watch out for here. First pitch is lined into left center, drifting back at the wall, and Hayden Yost can only watch. Leadoff home run, Braden Dowd, first pitch he saw, and the Red Sox out in front 1-0 here today.
I'd mentioned how this Red Sox team's kind of been on a tear, both in terms of pitching and in hitting. They came into this game 3rd in the league in terms of home runs, 2nd in terms of average. So the pitching's going to stand out with their ERA, but the hitting has really paid dividends as well. Been a nice combination.
First pitch to Will Baker is a fastball that misses upstairs. Cory, we just talked about it. Baisley had 3 shutout innings, and now on the first pitch he throws, a quick deficit, 1-0. 1-0, breaking ball missed by Baker, count back to even.
And if you're Baisley, you just have to flush that from your memory. Yeah, it's unfortunate your team's already down by a run, but that's all it is. Again, limit the damage is what he did last time. Restart here with the new batter.
1-1. Fastball misses on the inside. 2 balls and a strike to Will Baker. He was 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts yesterday in the win against Falmouth, or not yesterday, excuse me, 2 days ago on Sunday in the win against Falmouth. 4-3 that was for the Red Sox. 2-1, chopped over to second. Quick play, and over to McHugh for first.
And a good bounce back at bat from Baisley, still attacking the strike zone. Again, 1 pitch, 1 home run. But don't forget about how strong you were against YD the first time. It will probably get a little bit more challenging here today because it's the second game, now 3-4 times through this YD lineup that their hitters are seeing Baisley's stuff.
First pitch from Baisley to Chris Hakopian is a breaking ball that finds the zone. Cory, also to note, with such a hot day like this, anything hit in the air is definitely going to fly.
Yeah, I mean, the ball is going to be carrying. Humidity's a factor. The heat's a factor.
0-1. Jam shot over into right field. Drifting under it and making the grab is Ty Daly for the second out.
So the approach is likely going to be to try and elevate the baseball any way you can. Because if you give it a good ride to left and right field especially, in these weather conditions, chances are at the very least you're going to pick up extra base hits, if not home runs.
Baisley 2 quick outs after the leadoff home run from Braden Dowd. Now brings up Alex Hernandez, the first baseman. First pitch is chopped foul, just off of his lower waist.
Great for Baisley to get to Hernandez with no one on base, with Hernandez hitting upwards of 340 with a homer and 4 RBIs. Keep the bases clear with a guy like this up at the plate.
Baisley's 0-1 breaking ball finds the corner. Now just a strike away from exiting the inning.
And he's locating that breaking ball well. Good movement on it, firing it in for a couple called strikes right at the knees here.
Oh, 2. Misses upstairs. 1-2. Swung on and missed. Hernandez goes down swinging to end the first, but not before Braden Dowd does damage early. 1-0 YD entering the second here from Red Wilson Field.
At the Mass State Lottery, we know there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. Now that's how we all win. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings, they're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
1-0 Red Sox entering the second, courtesy of a Braden Dowd solo shot to start off the home half. Now up for Wareham in the second. Middle of the order, Ty Daly, Hunter Carnes, and Caden McDonald, 4, 5, and 6.
Three guys I'm really looking forward to watching hit. Daly's been one of the most consistent hitters in this Gatemen lineup. He's played all 8 games, but in terms of power, he's probably been the most preeminent figure. 4 extra base hits, 3 doubles, a triple. Hunter Carnes will be his first at-bat as a Gateman after a year at FSU. And Caden McDonald, who we haven't seen a lot of, but a two-way player who, when he did play against Hyannis, has collected a couple of hits. He's hitting up at 400. So 3 guys who can really do damage and try to even up the score at 1.
Daly, somebody that's still searching for his first home run of the season. He had 58 of them in 3 years at Mercer, now committed to Clemson for next season. Of course, he is also draft eligible. That's coming up in just under a month now, Cory, so see how much more he has for this Gatemen squad. In the cleanup spot today. Harris on the mound. First pitch lined into center. That's down. Hard turn to second for Ty Daly. He retreats, but on the first pitch that he sees, it's a leadoff single for the right fielder in the second.
A blistering base hit. Love the approach. I talked about how Harris, in terms of limiting the walks, he's mostly going to be around the zone, especially early in the count. The Gatemen, especially during that winning streak, love swinging early in counts. That'll probably be a recipe for success when you have a pitcher who limits the walks and is around the strike zone throughout.
That's 3 straight games with a hit now for Daly. And now making his first plate appearance of the season, Hunter Carnes, the catcher from Florida State. Harris from the stretch deals a breaking ball that misses inside. Carnes at FSU this past year hit .286 with an .860 OPS, 8 doubles and 6 home runs. Definitely a power bat that can do some damage in the middle of this Gatemen lineup. 1-0. Straight up in the air into shallow territory near the field, and making the grab is Cody Miller. Quick out there from Carnes, only sees 2 pitches, and now heads back into the dugout 0 for 1.
And just getting under that pitch a little bit. The power is certainly there from Carnes. Don't let those 6 homers deceive you. A guy who many people think is a pro-ready bat. But now an opportunity for McDonald, who's really been swinging the bat well in the appearances he's gotten.
First pitch to McDonald. Breaking ball misses upstairs. Corresponding move for Hunter Carnes being an addition to this Gatemen squad. Adam Agresti, the catcher from St. John's, has been released. 1-0. Fastball misses upstairs.
In the catcher room now for the Gatemen, you have Mac Rose from Vandy. Levi Clark's already done a lot of damage in his few games with Wareham, and now you have a guy in Hunter Carnes who's already been drafted out of high school, so a lot of talent there.
2-0. Fastball misses. Now 3 balls, no strikes to Caden McDonald. 1 on first, 1 out here in the second. 1-0 lead for the Red Sox.
If he gets anything around the plate, I'd certainly give him the green light here, down by 1.
Pitch misses upstairs. 4 straight balls for McDonald, and now first and second with 1 out for Hayden Yost.
Just a good at-bat from McDonald. Harris really tried to kind of bust him in, especially with the fastball. Never was able to locate that pitch well. McDonald never got anything in the strike zone to swing at.
Cory, we talked about how these bats have really started to get hot during this Gatemen win streak, even in the loss yesterday, or not yesterday, excuse me, on Sunday to Harwich. Hayden Yost, pinch hit single. Van Sheen, pinch hit single. They're both in the lineup starting today.
They are, and we've seen the homer from Yost a couple games ago last week against Harwich, still at 150, so he's gotten the swing of things offensively, but still I think there's a lot more in the tank, and when he starts to really swing it, really going to be a big asset for the Gatemen.
1-0. Fastball finds the zone, count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Yost just 150 so far this season, has that home run. OPS just under 600. He was 0 for 3 with a walk and a run in his last start. That was against Falmouth on Saturday, 4-1 win for Wareham. Pitch lined up the middle, snagged over to second. Nobody's there. Rounding to score is Daly. The play at the plate is in time to get him. Daly doesn't even slide. He was headed for home, and he's out.
Now batting for Wareham.
A chance to have the bases loaded with 1 out comes up to nothing. Now first and second with 2 outs here for Chris McHugh.
And Ryan Smythe's having a conversation with Timothy Carey, the home plate umpire. I wonder if this is about Traeger possibly not giving Daly a lane to slide or come into home plate on that play, because I'm not sure what else this discussion could be about.
That's Timothy Carey, the home plate umpire, and it looks like that's going to be a quick conversation. Well, no, now the 3 umpires are all going to talk together. Timothy Carey, Pablo Bustamante, and George Stransky are going to have a chat, figure out what the correct call is here.
And this is something where you see a lot of debate in the majors as well in terms of if the catchers give the runner a lane. A lot of calls that kind of seem to go back and forth. I think the argument is if you don't give Daly room to come in and try and score and slide, then there's no opportunity for him.
Quick discussion there. Carey rules Daly out. That goes down as an E4 with an out 5-1. Cody Miller, quick reaction there over at third to throw out Daly at home. 2 on, 2 outs here in the second, and it's Chris McHugh getting his first up of the game. Harris deals. Breaking ball misses low.
It's just kind of a wild play. I like the aggression from Daly on the base pass. If you're going to make outs, at least be aggressive. Just a nice play defensively, the awareness and the play at the plate by Miller.
1-0. Swing and a miss from McHugh. Big hack there, trying to leave the yard and give the Gatemen the lead. 1-1 count, 2 outs. Harris deals. Pitch misses inside. McHugh is campaigning that hit him on the inner forearm. Timothy Carey says no, that was into Traeger's glove cleanly, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, Harris's misses when he has missed has been on the inner part of the plate. That's where he's missing, not so much on the outer part.
2-1. Fouled up straight back and over the press box.
And I think a part of that is he's really trying to get in on the hands of these righty bats, try and jam them. But he has had a few that have come close to hitting guys. We saw the McDonald bat miss 4 times on the inner part of the plate.
McDonald's on second, Yost on first. 2-2. Swing and a miss from McHugh. Fooled him on the breaking ball, and that gets Harris out of the inning. Some traffic on the base pass for Wareham, but nothing on the scoreboard. 1-0 Red Sox heading into the home half of the second.
need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
Much better. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'd give you a raise for that one.
Now batting for YD.
Bottom 2, 5, 6, 7 in the YD lineup. Traeger, Miller, Soldier ready to get their first ABs of the day. 1-0 YD after a leadoff home run from Braden Dowd. First pitch he saw, Logan Baisley remains on the mound here in the second.
It really just one bad pitch from Baisley. Got the next three hitters in order. He's done a nice job locating. And a strong end to the first for him.
First pitch, swing and a miss from Traeger. Behind in the count, 0-1. Baisley's 0-1, misses low. Traeger's hitting .273 this summer so far. Had a double against Falmouth on Sunday. Definitely a bat that YD expects to continue to heat up over the course of the summer. Breaking ball finds the zone for a strike.
Yeah, 1 through 9 in the Red Sox order. A lot of consistency in terms of the average. Most guys at the very least up over 250 or higher.
1-2, swing and a miss. Fooled him on the off speed, and Traeger goes down on 4 pitches.
Nice sequence of pitches from Baisley. The curveball that dropped in at the knees for a called strike. Then going with the changeup also on the outer part of the plate. Nice job to fool Traeger. Get his second strikeout of the afternoon.
Baisley's already doubled his strikeout total from his last contest against YD back on Tuesday, a week ago today. First pitch breaking ball into Cody Miller. Count 0-1. Miller came off the bench for the Red Sox in the 3-2 loss to the Gatemen. Chopped foul just off the mask of Hunter Carnes.
He's really heated up since then, coming into that matchup against Wareham. Last week was just 2 for 11, average now up to 280 with a home run.
Baisley's 0-2, misses upstairs. One, two, got him swinging. Back-to-back Ks here in the second. That's 3 straight dating back to the final out of the first. And Logan Baisley finally in a groove here, Corey.
Yeah, really has flushed that first at-bat home run against Dowd. He's doing a nice job. That at-bat using the breaking ball early in the count, then speeding Miller up with the fastball well located up in the zone. Tough to get to, plenty of velocity. Is really mixing and matching the pitches well so far.
First pitch to A.J. Soldier, comebacker into the glove of Baisley and makes the throw over to first. Quick reaction from the right-hander and a quick 1-2-3 inning here in the second. Red Sox still lead 1-0 here on Cape League TV.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
third inning of action here between the Red Sox and the Gatemen. YD holds a 1-0 lead. One hit apiece for both squads. And now it'll be 9-1-2 in the Gatemen order. Turner, Randall, Sheehan here in the third.
Opportunity. They did a nice job to the Gatemen getting runners on base in the second. Just couldn't scratch across any runs. Between a base hit by Daly, walk to McDonald, they've been able to attack pretty early in counts, get some decent contact. I think here if you can follow up that formula, but obviously you need to drive runners in once they get on base.
Colby Turner still searching to get into that consistent groove for the Gatemen so far this summer, but situationally, wow, I can't speak today,
I know what
Cory.
you're saying,
you
though,
know
Josh.
you know what I'm saying. He's been one of the Gatemen's best hitters so far this season. First pitch, breaking ball misses upstairs.
Yeah, he had that big sac fly in the 8th inning against, or 7th inning, against Harwich to tie things up late. And still plenty of pop in that bat, plus the versatility. It's a luxury to have a guy in Turner who can play so many positions. Over at third, we've seen him a lot at second and right field this summer. To be able to move all around and have that power at the bottom part of the order, just really waiting for it to play consistently.
1-0 to Turner. Fastball driven over to first and past the outstretched glove of Hernandez. Leadoff single for Colby Turner. First at-bat of the day, turns it back over to the top of the lineup.
Harris continued to bust the righties in there. A fastball in the inner part of the plate. Good approach by Turner, that inside-out swing to shoot it the other way. Good piece of hitting, and he's on with a leadoff single.
Randall grounded out over to short in the first, followed by Sheehan, who struck out. First pitch to Randall. Harris out of the stretch. Breaking ball right down the middle for strike one. Randall now 4 for 10 in his last 3 games. He was 1 for 4 with an RBI against Falmouth. 4-1 win for the Gatemen against the Commodores. Day before that, had 3 hits, 2 doubles against Hyannis. Colby Miller pump fakes and now heads back to first base. Nolan Traeger was ready to pop up from behind home and throw it down, but Turner stays put.
Even saw a bunt attempt by Randall there. A lot of instances of the Gatemen this season waiting until the second pitch of an at-bat to try and get one down.
1-1. Now he goes. Now he checks back to first, and there's Turner back safely.
And why not try that approach? Listen, at the very least, Randall has gotten Harris to miss on a couple pitches because of that bunt attempt.
Turner's got a big lead. He stays put. Randall tries to drop a bunt down, but it's foul. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Randall back in the box. Harris getting ready from the stretch. Pitch will hit Randall on the foot. That moves him over. Some dust kicking up into Randall's eye. So he takes a slow walk down to first. 2 on, nobody out here in the third. Gatemen threatening.
And we've seen the command from Harris a little bit erratic at times. He's had it against some batters, but not against others. I mean, you go back to last inning, the 4-pitch walk to McDonald. He gets back into the count there against Randall, then just loses him, hits him on that 2-strike pitch. Something to keep in the back of their minds as they try and plate their first run.
The Gatemen had a shot to score one in the second. Could have had bases loaded and 1 out after the error from the second baseman Baker. Ty Daly tried to test his luck, run around third, head home, thrown out. Now a chance with the heart of the order. Nolan Traeger now stepping over onto the mound to have a discussion with Zach Harris.
And I think with only scoring 2 runs against Harwich, yeah, they've the Gatemen offense that has been a lot hotter as of late. But I think they're going to try and be aggressive on the base pass. That's why we saw Daly try and come in and score. And then that's why we saw a couple bunt attempts from Randall to try and advance Turner to second. They know how important it is, especially in close games, especially in a game against a team that their starters have been locked down. The entire pitching staff has been the second best in terms of numbers in the league. You need to take advantage of having base runners on, and they're going to do that as much as they can.
You have to think, Cory, that with temperatures well into the mid to upper 90s, Zach Harris, somebody that hasn't made a start this season, only pitched 3 1/3 innings in that third inning now here today, so nearly double his total season. That weather may be affecting some of his stamina here from Red Wilson Field.
And by getting base runners on, you're only making his afternoon more uncomfortable, more stress on him with 2 runners on and no one out.
Turner, some happy feet at second. Sheehan squares up a bunt. Can't drop it down at all. It's actually a pop-up right back to Harris on the mound. So some small ball failure from the Gatemen. And now a quick one out, and the runners stay put here in the third.
Pitch down in the zone. On those pitches down in the zone, a little bit more difficult to get them down sometimes just because your inclination is going to be to pop them back up based off of where your bat is. Again, another situation where the Gatemen try to get 2 in scoring position for Levi Clark, but a big first out there for Harris.
Turner, more happy feet at second, stays put. First pitch to Clark, misses down low. Harris definitely taking his time to look over at Colby Turner on second. Has a 20-second pitch clock to deliver to Clark at home. This is the heart of the lineup that you want to see out there for the Gatemen with runners on. Clark, Ty Daly standing on deck. Clark skies one into center field. Drifting back on it is Dowd. And just before the warning track, he makes the grab. Turner sprints over to third. He's down safely. And they're on the corners with 2 outs for Ty Daly.
Clark just getting under that one a little bit. Been really impressed with his ability to turn and get his hands in on pitches up in the zone. He's almost hit a couple out on some elevated pitches, but now, even with 2 outs, you really need to get a run here for the Gatemen after getting your first 2 runners on, but you have just the guy at bat who you'd want in this type of situation.
Daly now 4 for 8 over his last 3 games. Had that triple against Falmouth on Saturday. Showed off his speed, maybe part of the reason why he thought he could make it into home. On Sunday, ripped a single against Harwich, and now here today had that single into right field back in the second. Now in the third, on the corners. First pitch lined into right field, drifting back and making, no, he won't make the grab, out of his glove. Cider Cannon turned around, had to square it up, he couldn't, and now a run in to score for the Gatemen. A routine play from Cider Cannon turns into an E9, and this game's knotted at 1.
A situation for Cannon in right where he knows he's running out of room up against the wall. A tough situation for outfielders because in the back of their head they know they're right up against the fence, don't want to slam into it too hard. We talked about the conditions with the sun for them in the outfield, and obviously there can't make the play. Big run for the Gatemen.
Big spot here for Hunter Carnes. Now has 2 in scoring position, 2 outs here in the third of a tie game. First pitch from Harris misses upstairs for ball 1. Carnes popped up over to third in his first AB of the day. Randall on third. Daly on second. Pitch misses inside, and Carnes has to back off the plate.
Yeah, another fastball inner part of the plate that is just missing right there against righties. Hasn't been able to locate that pitch consistently. It's going to set up some of these Gatemen hitters with hitters counts.
1-0. Carnes checked his swing. He didn't go around. Appeal down to Bustamante at first. Now ahead 3-0. First base is open for Harris if he wants it. Standing on deck, Caden McDonald, already has a couple RBIs this year. .3-0. Fastball gets by. Randall comes in to score, and it's 2-1. Good awareness from Randall to head home. Carnes over to first. Runners back on the corners, but now a 2-1 lead for the Gatemen here in the third.
Yeah, just kind of a weird play where a fastball around the plate got by Traeger. At that point, no chance to get Randall at the plate. Now a really prime situation for McDonald, who's been swinging a hot bat when he's gotten plate appearances, to tack on some more insurance. And again, we've seen the value in this inning for the Gatemen to get runners on base, given the heat conditions, the temperature, make things as uncomfortable for Harris as you can. And the location has really been erratic the last couple of hitters.
And that's going to be it for Zach Harris. New pitcher coming into the game for the Red Sox. 2-1 lead for the Gatemen. 2 runs coming across in the third. And while we get a pitching change, we'll take a quick break here on Cape League TV. Early lead for Wareham, still threatening in the third.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Zach Harris, day officially done. The right-hander, not his best outing of the season. 2 2/3, 3 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 2 runs so far in this one. Both of them have been earned. And now coming in to replace him, the left-hander Cody New.
Cody New, this will be his 3rd game of the summer out of California Baptist, the lefty. One of which was a start, didn't go a whole long way in that one on the summer as a whole. 3 2/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 4 earned runs, 7 walks, so control's been a bit of an issue for him. But again, the fact that he has started a game means that he can provide some length out of the bullpen, probably why he's in the game here, considering Harris only lasted 2+ innings.
Caden McDonald at the dish. Ty Daly on third. Hunter Carnes on first. New's first pitch misses outside, ball 1. Something for New at Cal Baptist this past year. He struck out double-digit hitters in just 4 appearances. He gave up no more than 2 runs, but he also never held opponents scoreless either. So now in a big spot with a man in scoring position, 1-0. Fastball finds the top corner of the zone. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Good-looking fastball, plenty of velocity there. We'll see how aggressive he elects to be with McDonald. Lefty on righty matchup, runners on the corners, but you have Yost on deck. So either way you slice it, 2 good hitters up next for the Gatemen.
News 1-1, misses low. Pump fake there from Traeger, and back safely to third is Ty Daly. This is the Gatemen team that had that 4-game win streak, Cory. Working counts, not swinging at anything that, isn't in the zone. When they do find a pitch that they like, swing at it and swing at it aggressively. 2-1. Fastball upstairs, 3-1.
Yeah, putting balls in play, you said it, working counts. And it's paid dividends. Daly's fly ball into right. Getting on base, making it as difficult as possible for the pitchers on the mound.
3-1, big hack and a miss for McDonald. Payoff coming up for New.
Just a power pitch, fastball up in the zone. Here it is, try and hit it. Located well, it's where you had to put it. Right at the belt, tough pitch to get to.
3-2, breaking ball, got him looking. McDonald goes down on strikes to leave 2 stranded, 1 in scoring position, but the Gatemen grab the lead 2-1 heading into the home half of the third here on Cape League TV.
Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower and recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and land stewardship. For 171 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
Legacy Insurance has been servicing Wareham and the surrounding areas since 1980. Call Legacy Insurance for all your insurance needs at 508-295-1315. Legacy Insurance, your hometown agency.
Bottom half of the third, Gatemen take a 2-1 lead in the top half, I should say. And now in the home half, it'll be 8-9-1 in this YD order. Yomar Carreras, Cider Cannon, and Braden Dowd. Cannon going to try and make up for the play over in right field, losing it in the sun.
He is only hitting .71 so far this seven, .071, but an opportunity for Baisley.
.71 and 0.71
yeah, big difference.
Big difference.
Big difference. But an opportunity for Baisley to really post a 0 after his team got him the lead. And he's retired 6 straight hitters ever since the Dowd home run, so he's really been sharp. Again, his team got him some run support in the top half of the inning. He's facing 8-9-1. Carreras at 167, Cannon at .071. So an opportunity to work quickly once again through the bottom part of this YD order.
Carreras a switch hitter, so it'll be switch righty-lefty. 2 lefties facing Baisley here in the third. That one bad pitch to Dowd, first pitch that he saw. Center fielder took it deep. First pitch to Carreras, misses outside, ball 1. Baisley working quick, lined over to second. Randall on the ground, over to first, quick out.
And Baisley's just still attacking hitters early in counts, whether he wants to start them off with the heat or go with the breaking ball and locate it well at the knees. He's gotten now 3 strikeouts, but he's also not been afraid to let his defense do the work. And again, since that home run, not a whole lot of loud contact either.
First pitch to Cider Cannon, chopped foul down the third baseline and into the YD dugout. Cannon struggling so far this summer, but he hit over .370 this past season at Davidson. Team leader in batting average, OPS. Big year from the outfielder. Pitch misses inside from Baisley, 1 ball, 1 strike. A-10 all-rookie team last year. Hit .314 that freshman campaign. 1-1. Breaking pitch, misses outside.
And you can only imagine just how much more dangerous this YD order is going to get if they can get some more contributions from 8 and 9 in the order. Already 1 through 7. It's really been a strong summer from everyone.
Baisley pitches, lined over into left, drifting back. He won't get there. Clark fields it at the wall, and a leadoff double, or excuse me, a 1-out double for Cider Cannon here in the third. Gatemen lead 2-1. And now into scoring position is YD.
Well, right on cue, Josh. I mean, Cannon got a pitch to hit and just turned and burned on that one. An absolute line shot down the left field line. An easy double for him. And now YD threatening, trying to tie this game back up.
Top of this YD order, Braden Dowd up to the dish. Cannon on second, 1 out here in the third. 2-1 lead for the Gatemen. Trying to hold on. Baisley deals home. Lined off his shoe, drifting over, backhanded play. That was Sheehan, but he stays with the ball. Nothing else he can do. Reaching safely to first is Dowd, and now they're on the corners with one out.
Yeah, tough break for Wareham there, where you're Sheehan as a shortstop. You already have mapped out your trajectory to the ball, but once it takes that redirect, you'll have to stop, go in a different direction. A smart decision to hold on to that ball. Don't force anything at first and maybe allow Cannon to round third and try and score.
Dowd hit it back up the middle, and with Sheehan, trying to hold Cannon on at second, that one would have been hit right to him, would have been an easy out over at first, but a difficult bounce off of the pitcher's mound made things pretty difficult for the shortstop. Mound visit to talk to Baisley. Eric Luxus, the pitching coach, now out there. Infield crowds in around to make the circle.
Yeah, smart mound decision if you're the Gatemen. All of a sudden, after retiring 7 straight batters, back-to-back baseballs that have been squared up. Obviously, they would have liked to have gotten the out on Dowd, not getting it out of the infield. But again, the contact has been there from both Cannon and Dowd. So all of a sudden, maybe you need to make a bit of an adjustment after getting 7 straight batters because back-to-back hard-hit baseballs.
Quick meeting, and Luxus heads back to his dugout. Something interesting, Cory, in this YD lineup. All of these guys played yesterday against Falmouth. Wareham getting a few guys some days off. Caden McDonald, Van Sheehan, and Hayden Yost only had to pinch hit, so only one at bat. Back on Sunday, first pitch swing and a miss from Baker, whiffs on the breaking ball. YD, 8 of their 9 starters today were starters back on Sunday, so that day off really coming in clutch. Back-to-back games, just about the same lineups and everybody in the same positions as well, 1 through 8. 0-1, runner goes, chopped foul. Baker now behind 0-2.
Well, and that's been an interesting point of conversation. We've seen with the Gatemen a decent amount of consistency, especially like with guys like Clark and Daly. They've mainly stayed the same day in, day out in the middle part of the order, especially since Clark got here. But a lot of guys have rotated in and out. The at-bats have been just about the same, especially among the infielders. So Ryan Smythe did a good job getting guys in new every day.
0-2 from Baisley, misses high. It's behind Carnes, and here comes Cannon. Knotted back up, this time at 2 here in the third. Dowd moves over to second, and YD still with a runner in scoring position, and a 1-2 count now to Will Baker.
Yeah, just a tough break. Carnes not expecting a fastball that high up. Already is content with a runner maybe taking off for second, his first game for the Gatemen behind the dish. A tough break to bring in the tying run.
Baisley looks. Now has him in a pickoff. He steps off. Throw over to second is Sheehan. Now over to third. Quick out. Dowd got greedy. Was about midway between second and third. Couldn't time it up. Baisley, a wise step off. Listens to his infield. And now can work out of the windup in a 1-2 count to Will Baker.
Nice play by Sheehan. Had to get rid of it quickly to get Dowd at third.
1-2. Chopper over to second. It's Randall. Quick throw to McHugh for the third out. Run comes in to score, knotted up at 2 after 3. Heading into the 4th inning, tie game here from Red Wilson Field.
Law. Live, life, law. Covering all residential and commercial real estate matters. You live life to the fullest and let us Sync Law. That's synclaw.com. Sync with an I, not a Y. Be selfish. We represent only you.
A+ repairs smartphones, tablets, game consoles, and computers. Get it done right the first time.
As the sponsor of tonight's game, PCT Federal Credit Union is proud to root for the home team. We're thrilled to offer great rates on auto loans, home equity lines of credit, and so much more. Visit us on Cranberry Highway in West Wareham. For a good piece of glass, call Abby, located at 3 Tyler Ave in East Wareham. Call Abby Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs.
Gatemen back up, trying to respond, take the lead right back. 7, 8, and 9 in this Wareham order. Yost, McHugh, Turner are the 3 due up for the Gatemen.
Yeah, ideally you would have kept YD off the board there, but it certainly could have been worse. With Dowd standing on at second, only one out, you get the pick off there. So you escape the inning with just the one run in. Opportunity to come right back, try and take the lead now against the lefty Cody New out for his first full inning of work.
It may be the bottom of the Gatemen order, but make no mistake, still some high power guys in here. McHugh, 365 hitter this past season at NC State, looking for his first hit of the season. Hayden Yost already has a home run this year. Colby Turner, that's single into right field. To lead off the third, scored that first run of the game for the Gatemen.
Now batting for Wareham.
Cody New remains on the mound. One lefty and two righties to face the southpaw on the bump.
We'll see another lefty if he gets to Braden Randall, but yeah, right after Yost, two powerful righties that he'll have to face. Did a good job against McDonald to retire him to end the top of the third.
First pitch to Yost, fastball that misses upstairs, 1-0. Yost skies that one into deep center field, drifting back, it's at the wall. Yost turns for second, and he'll reach safely. No need to slide for a leadoff double for Hayden Yost.
Now batting for Wareham.
Yost is just a pair of really quick hands that he can get to the baseball extremely quickly. Turning on that one, pitch up in the zone, squaring it up. Just an absolute bullet into center field. Dowd really had to drift back quickly. Almost left the yard, but a lot of power on a ball that he really just lined up.
Well, that's something that we noticed, Cory, right, is that this park is not necessarily the deepest of all parks that the Gatemen will play at this year. First pitch to McHugh, chopped over to second. Big hop and a nice play from Baker to throw out McHugh. Yost moves over to third, and now the go-ahead run is just 90 feet away for the Gatemen. But, Cory, it's a small park. It's warm outside. The ball's going to carry. And on a rocket like that from Hayden Yost, you're drifting back at the wall. That's going to creep up on you with that fencing.
And it's what happened to Cannon on the double by Daly last inning, is his proximity to the wall combined with the conditions, the heat and the sun bearing down on him, turn that into an extra base hit. So, again, fielders will have their hands full.
First pitch to Turner, misses upstairs, ball one. Jam shot single into right field back in the third, had a sac fly on Sunday against Harwich. And now a chance to put the Gatemen back ahead. 1-0 from New, misses upstairs.
Interesting to see YD play all of their infield and not just the corner guys with a runner on at third with one away. But Turner certainly has the ability to elevate the baseball, hit it through the air, even with the infield drawn in.
Turner takes a fastball down the middle for strike one. Braden Randall stands on deck. Hayden Yost on third, Turner at the plate. 2-1. Fastball just below the knees, 3-1.
With the lefty Randall on deck, we'll see what he wants to do with Turner, the righty, with two bases open. Runner on at first could set up the possibility of a double play.
With one out and a lefty on deck, wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. 3-1. Chopped foul. Payoff pitch coming up to Turner. Two teams, second place respectively in each of their divisions. Wareham trails Hyannis at 5-2-1. Gatemen are 4-4. YD is 5-2-1 in the East, but of course Brewster, after that 6-0 start, dropped the last two. 3-2, skips in the dirt, that's by. Here comes Yost, he's in to score. Nope, and Yost moves back. It looks like they're going to say that hit Colby Turner. And now because of that, Yost cannot advance over in to score, but he'll remain and head back to third.
It seemed like something was up because Traeger didn't even make an effort to try and get that ball in the wild pitch when it went back behind home plate. Tough break for the Gatemen because Yost would have easily scored. But nonetheless, Turner continues to pass the baton, so only one out for a hot hitter in Randall.
There's a great reaction speed there from Yost. Started sprinting towards the plate as soon as he saw it get by Traeger and then had to make the sad jog back to third. First pitch to Braden Randall, breaking ball that is over the heart of the plate for strike one. One out with men on the corners. 0-1 count to Randall. His pitch lined over into left. Drifting over it is Soldra. He makes the catch. Tagging up is Yost. He's down and he's safe. Bullet of a throw from Adre Soldra, but the Gatemen take the lead right back thanks to the sac fly from Braden Randall.
Great piece of hitting by Randall to get it elevated, put it in the air, give a chance to Yost at third to score, and it was a really nice play by Soldra in left. Had a long way to go. That ball was slicing away from him towards the left field line, make the catch on the run, gathered, and then got a lot on that throw. Yost with a lot of speed. It was a bang-bang play at the plate.
Turner remains on first, second out here in the fourth. First pitch to Cheyenne, bouncer over into left field. It's down. Turner safe at second. That hit off of two Red Sox gloves. Miller and Carreras both tried to feel it, but to no avail.
Yeah, Miller would have had the best chance if he had been able to field it to get Shane at first. Once it got past him, even if Carreras had gloved it cleanly, wouldn't have had an opportunity to get an out at second or first. Tough for the shortstop to come up with that ball once the third baseman kind of slides in front of his view.
Yeah, if Miller got that cleanly, still would have been a tough play. Cheyenne was streaking down that line. Now back in scoring position is Turner. First pitch. Is fouled back from Levi Clark. Clark grounded out to third in the first, flew out to center in the third. Now stands up to bat to try and extend this lead. 0-1, misses in the dirt, that's by. Turner decides not to advance. Traeger got back to it quick. Turner probably could have moved 90 feet away there, Cory. I don't think he knew whether or not how close that ball was to Traeger.
Yeah, must have just not gotten a great read on the ball. The sun setting and bearing down into Turner's eyes on second. Probably a little bit more difficult to try and locate that ball quickly as it was in the dirt.
Either way, now 1-1 count to Clark. Daly on deck. New deals. Liner over to short, played on 3 hops, and the throw to second is in time from Carreras, and that will retire this side. Gatemen get one back and head back up 3-2. Home half of the fourth coming up on Cape League TV.
Time for tonight's t-shirt toss happening now on the third base side.
Finding a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or a family member has been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all of the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP also has offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website www.rkm-law.com.
When it comes to protecting your home, car, or business, trust the team that's been covering our community for generations. For personalized coverage and service that you can count on, the choice is easy. It's Morse, of course. Visit morseins.com today.
Fourth inning of action, Logan Baisley back on the mound. 2-3-4 due up here for the Red Sox, Baker, Hakopian, and Hernandez. Baisley's looked strong through 3 innings. Leadoff home run to Braden Dowd, first pitch of this game. And then, of course, a bit of a rally back in the third. Sider Cannon hit a double. Braden Dowd had a single, then was caught stealing, and the Gatemen got out of it, but still threatening nonetheless. Good opportunity for a bounce back here.
Yeah, he's made some really nice adjustments when YD has started to square the ball up after the Dowd home run in the first, and then after a couple of base runners in the third.
First pitch to Hakopian. Fastball misses low.
And the pitch count is down a lot more than it was against YD the first time. So while there have been a couple base runners, far fewer compared to the 7 he faced the last time these two played.
1-0, breaking ball finds the corner. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. One misses low. Hakopian takes the breaking ball, and now ahead 2-1. Baisley deals into right field, drifting back is Daly. He's at the wall, he tries to rob it, he can't. The home run Blair went off, but a decision from Timothy Carey says that ball stayed in play, and it's a leadoff triple for Chris Hakopian.
Yeah, I think most people, especially on the YD side, thought that ball was gone. It looked like maybe it hit off of Daly's glove, maybe it hit off the top of the fence, but it never cleared the fence. So you go from a home run to a triple at the very least. The run hasn't scored yet. So a good piece of hitting by Hakopian to go the other way on a fastball up in the zone.
It certainly appeared from here, Cory, that one hit off of the top of the wall and bounced back in fair territory. Hakopian, to his credit, never started his home run trot early. He was sprinting around the bags and now winds up at third with no outs. Tying run just 90 feet away for Alex Hernandez, who took ball 1. Now hits that in sky high over into right field. Daly under it, makes the catch. Here comes Hakopian. No throw in, just back to first and cut off by McHugh.
Another pretty deep fly ball into right, but again, trade in and out for a run. Not ideal to let the tying run come in, but again, you don't let anyone else get on base. But still, a couple of well-struck balls to begin the fourth, bottom of the fourth against Baisley.
First pitch to Traeger is a fastball just below the knees for ball 1. It really was quick, Cory. I mean, first batter of this inning, second pitch that Hakopian saw, drilled it out into right. Hernandez follows up with a sac fly. Seems like YD's really starting to hit Baisley hard. 1-0 finds the zone, count even, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, Hakopian really just missed that pitch. Daly gave a really good effort in right. Of the players to maybe rob a home run, he's one of the taller Gatemen guys.
1-1, flared out into left field, it's down. Traeger got it off the end of the bat, but timed it up to go the other way. 1 out base runner here for YD. Cody Miller up to bat.
Yeah, it seems like the Red Sox are really starting to see the baseball well out of Baisley's hand. Had the double last inning by Cannon. Base hit from Dowd. Triple this inning, sac fly, now a single. They're really starting to swing the bats and get really aggressive off of Baisley.
Baisley looks back at first. It's Traeger. Now deals to Miller. First pitch chopped foul just off of Miller's waist. You have to think, Cory, that, you know, Baisley, this is now his longest outing of the season. Of course, he's only pitched in 2. Went 3 innings against YD last week, and now 3 1/3 today. How much of a leash he still has in this one if things start to get dicey moving down the line. 0-1 finds the zone for strike 2.
And so there's a reason why YD is 5-2-1. It's because when they've gotten down, they fought back. I think this is going to be a game similar to Hyannis, where Wareham's going to have to continue to score runs. And when they get runners on base, the Red Sox get runners on base, limit the damage as much as you can.
0-2. Over into right field, drifting foul.
I think the encouraging sign from Baisley right now is that there's been some loud contact, but guys aren't necessarily timing that fastball perfectly. They've been mostly behind it, which again opens the door for either a fastball or a curveball.
Over to first. Traeger dives back safely. You mentioned YD, being able to come back. That's why they're 5-2-1. Had to do that against Falmouth. Check back over to first again. Traeger is out. Good pickoff move from Logan Baisley. Erases the one-out base runner to grab 2 now in the 4th. And now ahead 0-2 on Cody Miller. Can just focus on one more pitch to the plate.
Great move by Baisley. That whole at-bat, Traeger had been trying to get a sense of his move to home plate. Probably didn't think he'd try and pick off a second straight time.
0-2, fouled off. Miller stays alive. That one over into the netting. The righty deals. Lined into left center. Clark drifting back at the wall. It's gone. A moonshot from Cody Miller gives the Red Sox the lead. 4-3 here in the 4th. And things are starting to unravel for Logan Baisley on the mound.
Well, I had just said how the Red Sox had not fully gotten their bats around, timed up the fastballs perfectly, and turned on one. That was definitely an exception there. Miller getting all of that to left center field. Got a pitch to hit, turned on it, and again, another hard-hit ball in this inning.
Still no movement from the Gatemen dugout. The 4th inning is Baisley's as of now. First pitch to Soldier is a fastball in for strike 1. Soldier, not someone that you want to fool around with, Cory.
No, and I think Baisley staying in there is a factor if you have 2 outs and there is no one currently on base.
0-1. Lined into left field. Clark drifts back at the wall. That one's gone. Back-to-back home runs for YD. And the lead up to 5-3 now here in the 4th.
You said it, Josh. You don't want to mess with Soldier. Already 2 homers on the summer, average at .438. That time was a curveball that stayed in the zone. The approach and power by Soldier the other way to be able to take that to left. Not try and do too much with it, but still get his arms extended. And again, the hard hit contact continues.
And now that one looks like it's going to be it for Logan Baisley. A tough 4th inning, gets to 2 outs. Had Cody Miller 0-2. Home run for Miller into left center. Soldier hits one straight into left. And he is replaced. We'll take a break here on Cape League TV while a new arm comes up for the Gatemen. 5-3 lead here for YD in the 4th as we move near halftime of this game.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team.
Safe.
The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower and recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and land stewardship. For 171 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit 80makepeace.com to learn more.
Legacy Insurance has been servicing Wareham and the surrounding areas since 1980. Call Legacy Insurance for all your insurance needs at 508-295-1315. Legacy Insurance, your hometown agency.
5-3 lead for the Red Sox here in the fourth. Back-to-back home runs from Cody Miller and A.J. Soldra. Logan Baisley's day is done. 3 2/3, 7 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned near the midway point in this one. And now onto the mound for the Gatemen, Caden McDonald. This happened against Hyannis, Cory, is that the designated hitter tonight now steps up onto the mound to do his best Shohei Ohtani. First pitch, breaking ball misses upstairs.
And why not? Hasn't pitched since that Hyannis game, so a fresh arm. He had the day off again yesterday, so he's fresh, and it works out perfectly because he can hit and pitch.
1-0, lined over into center for a base hit. Yomar Carreras takes it right back up the middle. And the pitching change does not matter for YD. 8 hits already through just 3 2/3.
Yeah, if you're a pitcher right now, especially if you're McDonald, I think you have to take inventory of the fact that they're being aggressive early in counts, and you really have to start spotting pitches if you want to go in the zone because they're attacking anything close and doing damage.
First pitch to Cannon, fastball below the knees. Count 1-0.
Well, that's a good spot because he literally just missed at the knees, just a little bit low. And if you're McDonald, tell yourself you still got 2 outs. So 1 good pitch, couple good pitches, and you're out of this inning.
Carrera stays put at first. Delivery to home is a breaking ball in the outside corner. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. McDonald just trying to get out of the inning. 1-1, fastball. Up in the air, over into foul territory near the first baseline. It's McHugh makes the grab.
And in the 4th inning, YD 5.
Gatemen entered the bottom of the 4th, up 3-2. Now heading into the 5th, down 5-3. Thanks to a big inning for the Red Sox. We move to the 5th right here on Cape League TV.
Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower and recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and land stewardship. For 171 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit 80makepeace.com to learn more.
Legacy Insurance has been servicing Wareham and the surrounding areas since 1980. Call Legacy Insurance for all your insurance needs at 508-295-1315. Legacy Insurance, your hometown agency.
You can dream it. If you can cruise in it. If you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach. We can protect it. The Baldwin Group. Protecting the possible.
4-5-6 in the top of the 5th for the Gatemen. Daly, Carnes, and McDonald trying to respond after YD plates 3 in the home half of the 4th to take a 5-3 lead. Back-to-back home runs, and now hoping to have the same fate as the Gatemen against the lefty Cody New.
Good group again to have up if you're the Gatemen in terms of offense. We've talked a little bit about the dimensions here at Red Wilson Field. Obviously not the deepest ballpark in the league. We've already seen now 3 home runs hit by the Red Sox. But again, on a night like tonight, the ball is carrying, warmer weather. Obviously the fence not too far out to any part of the ballpark. So an opportunity now for the Gatemen to flex some of their power muscles.
Earlier today, Cory, upwards of 96, 97 degrees Fahrenheit here, now down to 93, but still a very hot day.
Is that
at Red
all?
Wilson Field. Yeah, that's all it is.
93
no
at
big
620 is pretty darn warm.
First pitch to Daly, chopper over to third, nobody's there. Daly goes against the shift, and a leadoff base runner on for the Gatemen. first pitch that he saw from Cody New.
I tip my cap to Ty Daly. Down by 2 runs, just one infielder on the left side at that shortstop position. Daly sees that. Again, on a breaking ball, all he's trying to do is go the other way. Executed perfectly, as you said, against the shift.
Big spot there from Daly to get that leadoff hit. Now Hunter Carnes has the righty on lefty advantage. McDonald will have the same fate. He currently stands on deck. First pitch to Carnes, misses inside for ball 1. Daly a small lead off of first. New deals to home. Swing and a miss from Carnes. Sitting fastball, just missed it. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Carnes walked back in the third. It was a wild pitch. That helps score a Gatemen run. Fouls that one off and out of play down the first baseline.
Well, and listen, we've seen 3 home runs, as I mentioned, from YD. All 3 were solo shots. They're only up by 2. So solo home runs are not going to kill you in this situation. If you're the Gatemen, you just want to keep getting runners on base. It's already worked for them in terms of their 3 runs.
1-2 to Carnes. Fastball got him looking.
Now batting for
Carnes sitting on the off speed, couldn't adjust to the high heat. And now a quick out here in the 5th for Wareham. That's not the type of unproductive out, Cory, that you want to see down by 2 in a game when YD has no signs of slowing down hitting-wise. First pitch to McDonald misses inside.
It would have loved for him to get on base, would have represented the tying run. Good job by New to mix and match pitches to get that called strike 3.
1-0 to McDonald. Sky high into center field. Dowd and Cannon collect at the wall. It's over the wall. 2-run shot from Caden McDonald, and this one's all tied up at 5.
Josh, I'm beginning to think that any fly ball here hit with any kind of strength and velocity is going to have a possibility of leaving the yard. Another one right up against the warning track that was kind of 50-50. But McDonald with plenty of strength, got a good piece of it going the other way on a fastball. Helping himself out now, the pitcher DH, tying this game up at 5.
First pitch to Yost, misses outside for ball 1. Ty Daly couldn't even see. He couldn't get a good read on that either, Cory, if that was staying in or not. He was about 3 steps off of first base by the time the ball left the yard. Yost fouls that back. McDonald had reached first at that point, so within arm's length were the 2 Gatemen hitters before they saw that Dowd couldn't rob that one over the wall, and this one's back up tied at 5. 1-1. Yost takes it down low. 2 balls and a strike to the center fielder. He already has a double back in the 4th. 2-1. Fouled off down the third baseline and out of play.
Yeah, a lot of times as a base runner, you're going to try and read the body language of the outfielders to try and judge how far you're going to get off. Should you start running? Is the ball going to get down? But again, a lot of these fly balls off the bat, they're struck well, but 50-50, you don't know if they're going to get out or not.
2-2. Yost takes in the dirt. Payoff pitch coming up. It was mentioned just around us earlier, Cory, the All-Star Game and the Home Run Derby will be played here this year at Red Wilson Field. I've already seen a couple home runs so far. 3-2 fouled back. Definitely going to see some high numbers in that derby, Cory.
I mean, if you're a hitter, I can't think of a better ballpark in terms of dimension-wise that we've seen across the Cape so far that's going to provide as many long balls as this one, Red Wilson Field.
Four home runs already today. Top of the 5th, tie game, 5-5. Yost sends that one into left field. Drifting back is Soldra, just against the wall, and he makes the grab.
Almost another one.
For a second, I thought that was going to be 5. just died in the outfield.
And listen, we talked about it. The conditions weather-wise are playing a bit of a factor. The balls that might kind of die right at the warning track at the wall. We've seen a couple make it over that are right on the verge there. So that has helped the power here tonight, but anything hit well has a chance.
First pitch to McHugh, fastball at the knees for strike one. McHugh awaiting his first hit of the season for the Gatemen. 0-1. Chopper foul down the third baseline.
And once he gets that first hit, McHugh, I think everything's really going to start to click. The numbers at NC State really impressive, leading the Wolfpack in a variety of categories, including average homers, RBIs.
It seemed like that happened for Mac Rose. He got the monkey off his back. A couple other guys finally got that first hit. New sails one to the backstop. 1-2. But once you adjust, get that first hit with a wood bat, not swinging it a whole lot, of course using metal in college, can be difficult. 1-2, lined into center. Dow drifts back. It's at the wall. That one's gone. Right on cue, Cory. Number 5 for the day. And a pair of home runs give the Gatemen the lead here in the 5th. It's 6-5.
That was a breaking ball that really stayed almost above the strike zone. A tougher pitch to hit to try and time the break, but McHugh just got his hands to that ball. It was a really short and sweet path to the ball, getting his hands in. That one just more of a line drive that he got enough of to clear the fence. Gosh, you might lose your voice calling all these home runs.
3 in the home half of the 4th. Gatemen respond with 3 of their own in the 5th, and still going. It's Colby Turner takes a fastball inside. 8 hits apiece, 11 total runs, nearing the midway point in this one. 1-0. Turner takes it upstairs. New misses once again with a fastball. 2 balls, no strikes to the Wareham third baseman. New from the windup. Fastball finds the corner. 2-1. Turner had a single in the 3rd, hit by a pitch in the 4th. 3rd straight inning, 3rd straight plate appearance. 2-1, fouls it straight up and backward over the backstop and out of play. Definitely seen the most fireworks today, Cory, out of any game so far this season offensively.
Yeah, the conditions, the ballpark, the weather, all lending a big factor in that.
2-2. Breaking pitch. Turner swings and misses to retire the side. 3 runs come across for Wareham. 2-run shot from Caden McDonald. Solo home run from Chris McHugh. And Wareham comes away with the lead once again. Home half of the 5th coming up here from Red Wilson Field. Don't miss this classic on Cape League TV.
Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower and recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and land stewardship. For 171 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
Legacy Insurance has been servicing Wareham and the surrounding areas since 1980. Call Legacy Insurance for all your insurance needs at 508-295-1315. Legacy Insurance, your hometown agency. Sports Turf Specialties has set the standard for high-quality natural grass athletic field construction. As a full-service athletic field construction company, we specialize in design, build, and renovation of native soil, modified soil, and sand-based athletic fields. Our team will provide you with superior quality, expert guidance, and continuing support long after the completion of our project. We are proud to have built the infield for the Wareham Gatemen field. Go Gatemen!
6-5 lead for the Gatemen. 3 runs come across in the top of the 5th, now heading into the home half. And while Caden McDonald warms up on the mound, we'll have a quick chat with our lead beat reporter, Joe McLaughlin.
Thank you, guys. We're almost a quarter of the way through the season, and with that, rosters across the league are changing as more players are activated. The Gatemen have added a couple players in the past couple of days. I got to talk to Hunter Carnes, the catcher, in our pregame show, and he was excited for the opportunity to play here. Thought the Cape was a cool place, plus he mentioned the chance to catch for multiple pitchers he has never met before, and how awesome of a chance that is. Plus, there's Chris McHugh, who we just saw crush a home run in the top half of this inning for his first homer and hit of the season. But he mentioned on Sunday how it was a dream for him to come down and play on the Cape, and to be with the Gatemen organization was a blessing in his eyes. It's really cool to see these players come to the team during the middle of the season and see them gel with the team and the rest of the league. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Joe. First pitch to Braden Dowd, missed for a ball. Second pitch drifts right over the head of Braden Randall, and he's in for a leadoff single.
Took a crazy bounce. McHugh and Randall trying to dive for that one, just hopping over their gloves into right field. And Dowd now 3 for 3.
Home run and 2 singles for the leadoff center fielder. That brings up Will Baker 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts to second. Big inning here for Caden McDonald. Try and hold on to some run support. First pitch misses in the dirt for ball 1. Carnes still behind home plate doing the catching. Always a great experience to play in the Cape. I'm sure this is a dream come true for him. No, it is for McHugh. 1-0. Fastball right down the middle for strike 1.
When we talked about the versatility from Colby Turner, how about the versatility from Joe McLaughlin? Beat writer, now beat reporter today, doing it all for us here.
McDonald checks back over to first. In safely is Dowd. No Rayna Maggelet on our squad tonight. Hopefully she will join us pretty soon. One. Fastball misses low. So far this season, just in the home half of the 5th. So 15 outs played for the Gatemen offensively, and this is the most runs that YD has allowed so far this season. 2-1 misses low, ball 3.
A testament to how strong their pitching has been. Second in the league in ERA coming into this game. The starters' ERA is 1.32. As a staff as a whole, the opponent's batting average against YD this summer has been .167. So obviously a hotter day, but the Gatemen should have a lot of pride in what they've done offensively so far.
Harwich and YD, the 2 lowest team ERAs across the Cape, as that misses upstairs to Will Baker. 5-pitch walk for the second baseman, 2 on, nobody out here in the 5th. Most of the time you go against a team with a combined 2.6 ERA. It's going to be pretty tough to win games, but the Gatemen have positioned themselves to be in this one until the very end. And now the Red Sox threatening to tie or take the lead in the home half. Hakopian had that triple into right field in the 4th. First pitch in the 5th, breaking ball finds the bottom corner for strike 1.
Yeah, and things aren't even in a bad spot for the Red Sox because they've continued to hit. Facing 2 deficits, they've responded on the offensive side to make up for the fact that pitching hasn't been as strong today.
McDonald looks at second, now delivers home, fastball outside.
And it feels like the team that might win the game today is the team that will respond defensively on the mound after their squad grabs the lead, who can post that shutdown inning and then bring their team back up to add on more and put this game out of reach.
McDonald's 1-1, fouled off straight back into the netting. 1-2 count now to Chris Hakopian, the designated hitter. 2 home runs in the bottom of the 4th for YD. Back-to-back batters. Top of the 5th, Gatemen respond with 2 of their own. 6-5 lead for Wareham here in the 5th. Nobody out, 2 on for the Red Sox. McDonald's 1-2, fastball low. Frustrated with himself on the mound, wanted to locate that. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Roy want to take care of Hakopian here. Dangerous hitter, no doubt, but Hernandez, the way he's hit .348 so far this summer, would be big to get the first out of the inning.
2-2. Breaking ball, missed outside.
Gatemen dugout certainly wanted that one.
Well, Timothy Carey, the home plate umpire, said it was maybe a hand length out of the zone. Payoff from McDonald. Lined over into left field, down. Holding up at third is Dowd, so they'll be loaded for Alex Hernandez. Nobody out here in the 5th, and a prime opportunity for the Red Sox to take this lead right back.
And that's why Wareham wanted that called strike 3, because you figured McDonald, with only 1 base left open in the middle part of this plate, the cleanup man Alex Hernandez due up next. He was going to go after Hakopian. He did. Just turn on that one, a roller through the left side. And a tough spot now with the bases loaded, no one out.
Now Luxus takes another trip back out onto the mound to talk to McDonald. See if this is just strategy or if a new arm comes in for Wareham. Baisley already exited this game for the Gatemen after a 3 1/3 innings of action to start, 3 2/3 rather. 7 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. McDonald has pitched just a third of an inning, giving up 3 hits and a walk. Of course, all 3 runners on base are his responsibility. Looks like he'll stay in this one.
Yeah, at this point, given how little he's pitched, would not be ideal to take him out of the game. He could just go back to being the DH only. And listen, you had an off day yesterday, so just about all of the arms in the bullpen are going to be rested and available for this one. But considering, as you said, McDonald has just pitched a third of an inning, not going to be ideal if he were to come out here. Would like to get a little bit of length out of this one, not burn the bullpen with too much, especially on a night like tonight, where the baseball's flying all around the park.
McDonald stays in. You mentioned the off day yesterday, Cory. Another off day coming up on Thursday. In between that, a home contest against Orleans. Firebirds 4-4 on the season. First pitch from McDonald misses low to Alex Hernandez. 1-0 count to the cleanup hitter. Nowhere to put him. Nobody out here in the 5th. Bases loaded for the Red Sox. McDonald kicks and deals. Low, blocked in the dirt from Carnes. 2 balls, no strikes.
And you can tell right now with the bases loaded, McDonald trying to be careful with Hernandez, his bat at the plate, but again, nowhere to put him, so you have to throw something in the zone at some point.
2-0. Fastball, bottom corner for strike 1.
And if you're going to locate, that's where you have to do it. Harder to do damage, bottom part of the plate right there. Try and produce a ground ball to, at the very least, maybe get a runner out at home, corners are in, or a double play.
2-1. Breaking ball misses just outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. And now McDonald a pitch away from walking in a run. 6-5 lead for the Gatemen here in the 5th. Bases loaded for the Red Sox. McDonald's 3-1, chopped over to short. Played on by Shea, and he's got 1 play over to first, and he gets the out. A run comes in to score. That's Dowd. And this game is back knotted up at 6 here in the 5th.
Well, good to get an out on a 3-1 pitch with the bases loaded on the Red Sox cleanup man. On a ground ball, ideally would have loved to have turned 2, but Shane had to range too much to his right to initiate that double play. So a good job to at least get one out, bring the whole infield in here.
Nolan Traeger's day is done behind home plate. Pinch hitter now into the game for YD. That's Jake Bold, the catcher. Lines one over to short. Blocked by Sheehan. Play at the plate is in time. Heads up play from Vance Sheehan to gun down the runner and prevent the go-ahead run from coming in. Still 6-6. Bold reaches first. 2 outs here in the 5th. Runners on first and second for YD.
Well, how about Vance Sheehan this inning? He made a really nice play on the run to nab Hernandez on the ground ball. That was 2 hard-hit balls back-to-back. That was a hot shot, especially with the infield in, that Sheehan had to go down, dive, and smother to get up and throw it, make a strike to Carnes at the plate. Really well done.
Miller back up now. First pitch, breaking ball misses above the waist. Count 1-0. Miller had a home run back in the 4th. That was the first of the back-to-back between Miller and Soldra. Has a chance to capitalize with another runner in scoring position. Waves and misses at an off-speed. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike.
And if you can get out of this inning with only 1 run in with it tied up, you'll take that because, again, it was bases loaded, nobody out, the way the ball is flying. Could have been a lot worse, but you still have to get this last out.
McDonald kicks and deals. Breaking ball misses low. McDonald looks at second, heads home, fastball outer corner for strike 2.
He's really started to locate that fastball well at the knees. We'll see if he tries again with the breaking ball. He's just missed a little bit low with it. But can he entice Miller to chase now with 2 strikes?
Miller's season batting average now up just below 300. 2-2, lines it into left center. It's down. 1 run scores. Another stops at third. And an RBI single for Cody Miller plates the go-ahead run. It's 7-6 YD with 2 outs here in the 5th.
That pitch right there just stayed up in the zone, even with 2 strikes. Easy enough for Cody Miller just to turn on it. Can probably wanted that pitch a lot lower in the zone to produce a swing and miss or a weak contact.
And now another meeting on the mound. This time it might be it for McDonald facing the lefty. Soldra already has that home run. McDonald still holds the ball in his hand. They take a look back at Soldra, decide what they want to do. No motion to the bullpen just yet. And that will be it. McDonald exits the game with 2 on and 2 outs here in the 5th. New arm coming in to face A.J. Soldra. 7-6 lead for the Red Sox. Still threatening here from Red Wilson Field. We'll take a quick break while a new arm warms up for Wareham. You're listening to it all on Cape League TV.
Law. Live, life, law. Covering all residential and commercial real estate matters. You live life to the fullest and let us Sync Law. That's synclaw.com. Sync with an I, not a Y. Be selfish. We represent only you.
A+ repairs smartphones, tablets, game consoles, and computers. Get it done right the first time.
As the sponsor of tonight's game, PCT Federal Credit Union is proud to root for the home team. We're thrilled to offer great rates on auto loans, home equity lines of credit, and so much more. Visit us on Cranberry Highway in West Wareham. For a good piece of glass, call Abby, located at 3 Tyler Ave in East Wareham. Call Abby Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs.
Caden McDonald out after just an inning total pitched. 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk, no strikeouts. Came pretty close to a couple of calls. Turned into some walks, some hits. 2 runners still remain on. Both would be credited to McDonald if they were to come around and score. Trying to prevent that, Josh Butler, the righty from Arizona State.
Butler, the numbers have been great for him this summer. 2 games, 5 innings pitched, so he's gone multiple in both outings. No earned runs surrendered. Just 2 walks issued compared with 5 strikeouts, and a good move to the bullpen, given that you have A.J. Soldier up at the plate, has already homered, did so in the 4th, hitting .438. Coming into the game, a luxury for the Red Sox to have, hitting 7th in their order. A turn to a trusted arm in Josh Butler. Caden McDonald will go back to the DH only in the Wareham lineup.
Soldier's batting average now up to .444 this season with an OPS over 1,400. Clearly not just today that the left fielder's been raking. And if there's a shutdown guy you want to face him, it's Butler. First pitch fastball misses downstairs, ball 1.
Locating early in counts here for Butler to try and get ahead makes putting Soldier away a whole lot easier. Probably going to have to locate with both the fastball and a breaking pitch.
1-0 from Butler. Runner goes. Throw down from Carnes. Pump fakes and holds onto it. And concedes second base on the steal from Cody Miller. At that point, runners on base don't matter as much, Cory, when you just have a chance to get this guy out at the plate. 2-0 to Soldra. Butler kicks and deals. Fastball misses low. Carnes can't find it. Luckily, it only bounces about a foot away from him to the right side of home plate. Recovers it, and it's 3-0.
Yeah, right now with 2 away, the attention needs to be almost solely on the batter to try and get out of this inning. Dangerous count with Soldier on 3-0. Don't know if we'll get anything to hit here. Don't want to load the bases, but Carreras, the average, well below that of Soldier's.
Butler deals. Fastball misses outside. 4-pitch walk for A.J. Soldra. They pitch around the left fielder to bring up the switch-hitting shortstop, Yomar Carreras. 1 for 2 today with a single back in the 4th.
Yeah, again, you're not going to get a platoon advantage with Carreras hitting from the left side. But again, in terms of who's the hotter hitter, who's been consistent throughout the summer, it was clear that obviously the numbers favor this matchup with Carreras as opposed to that of Soldra.
Carreras was 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts against Falmouth on Sunday. Back in the lineup today. First pitch, fastball down the middle for strike 1. Butler's 0-1. Fastball just below the knees. Count back to even. Difficult spot for Butler to really try and get out of this inning. Inherits a few runners on. 2 pitches away from it now. Deal to Carreras on the 1-1. Fouled back. Count 1-2.
And Butler's done what he ideally wanted to do, which is get ahead of Carreras. Just 1 ball with 2 strikes now. Opens up a couple of different possibilities in terms of pitch selection and location now.
Bases loaded, 2 outs, 7-6 lead for YD, and add on a few more. Carreras drills one into center, 2 runners score, and it's 9-6 Red Sox here in the 5th. 2 RBI single from Yomar Carreras gives YD a little bit more breathing room.
Credit to Carreras. It looked like a fastball down in the zone around the knees, but was ready for it. Just turned on it. Hard hit base hit into the outfield. And yeah, that's what they needed, some extra insurance. The Gatemen have responded with their own offense, but now down by 3, it gets more difficult.
4 runs here in this 5th inning for YD. 7 combined between the two squads. First pitch to Cannon is fouled back and over into the YD dugout. Leadoff home run from Braden Dowd back in the 1st, a scoreless 2nd. Since then, 3 combined in the 3rd, 4 in the 4th, and now 7 here in the 5th. Carreras heads down, hit and run, but Cannon fouls it back. An offensive explosion between these two teams, Cory. YD certainly getting the better of it, though, here in the 5th.
Yeah, we've talked about some of the big innings that have come back to haunt Wareham and a couple of losses. We've seen a few big innings, 3 last inning, 4 this inning for the Red Sox.
0-2 to Cannon. Checked his swing, held up. Ball misses upstairs. It's 1-2.
And listen, the difference in this game has been, it's not really been the Wareham pitchers issuing walks and then runs coming in that way. Credit the Red Sox. They've been swinging hot bats, and it's continued here tonight.
1-2 from Butler. Got him looking. Breaking ball fooled Cannon, and that ends this 5th inning. But not before 4 more runs come across for the Red Sox. 9-6 lead heading into the 6th, and Cory Miller will take you the rest of the way here on Cape League TV.
Law. Live, life, law. Covering all residential and commercial real estate matters. You live life to the fullest, and let us Sync Law. That's synclaw.com. Sync with an I, not a Y. Be selfish. We represent only you.
A+ repairs smartphones, tablets, game consoles, and computers. Get it done right the first time.
As the sponsor of tonight's game, PCT Federal Credit Union is proud to root for the home team. We're thrilled to offer great rates on auto loans, home equity lines of credit, and so much more. Visit us on Cranberry Highway in West Wareham. For a good piece of glass, call Abby, located at 3 Tyler Ave in East Wareham. Call Abby Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs.
Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower and recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and land stewardship. For 171 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
Legacy Insurance has been servicing Wareham and the surrounding areas since 1980. Call Legacy Insurance for all your insurance needs at 508-295-1315. Legacy Insurance, your hometown agency. Sports Turf Specialties has set the standard for high-quality natural grass athletic field construction. As a full-service athletic field construction company, we specialize in design, build, and renovation of native soil, modified soil, and sand-based athletic fields. Our team will provide you with superior quality, expert guidance, and continuing support long after the completion of our project. We are proud to have built the infield for the Wareham Gatemen field. Go Gatemen!
If you like offense, this game has been for you. 9-6 YD over Wareham back here on Cape League TV. Alongside Josh Richardson, I'm Cory Miller. The right-hander Dominic Desch takes over on the mound. Both teams continue into the bullpen. The first pitch he sees from Randall, a comebacker off of his leg, fielded by the third baseman Miller. His throw to first will be well late. So Randall greets Desch with a first pitch infield single, again off of the leg of the righty. He's on to begin the 6th.
I mean, nobody wants to stop hitting, stop producing offensively. Don't look now, but this one is just, both of these teams might crack double digits at this point.
The Gatemen would need to do that just in order to win this game. Again, down by 3. A conversation between some of these position players and Desch on the mound, just making sure he is okay. Home plate umpire Timothy Carey joined that conversation, but Desch will go back to work, now facing Van Sheen. Strikeout, pop out, and a base hit for the Gatemen shortstop here tonight. Waits on the first pitch, swings, bouncer right back to Desch on the mound, fields it cleanly to second for one, back to first in time for a double play.
Now batting for Wareham, the left fielder from the University of Tennessee, number 26, Levi Clark.
Well, there's
how about
Desch's
that?
revenge.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. Just back-to-back pitches. Single right off of him. Now a double play, fielded it cleanly. Nice play on the mound from Desch.
Brings up Levi Clark, no one on, 2 away for the Gatemen left fielder in search of his first hit of the evening. First pitch, underneath it, pops it foul down the first baseline. Desch out of Nevada. This will be his 3rd game. He's thrown 3 innings through his first 2. No earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 49 total pitches for the righty. 0-1 is the count on Levi Clark. No one on base, 2 out in the top of the 6th. Swings and misses at that pitch, and it's quickly 0-2. (6-9-0) the box score for Wareham, 9-12-1 for Yarmouth Dennis. Just scored 4 to retake the lead in the bottom of the 5th. An 0-2 to Levi Clark. Fastball stays way high. It's 1-2.
This is the bounce back inning for YD that you have to imagine that they were hoping for at this point. Gave up 3 runs in the 5th. Over the last 3 innings, all 6 of those Gatemen runs have come in. Now a shutdown here from Desch, so crucial for YD.
His windup and pitch, a roller back up the middle, fielded on the backhand by the second baseman Baker. His throw to first is late and well high. It hit up against the netting of the dugout on Wareham. They're contending it rolled underneath that netting and it went out of play, so Levi Clark should get second base. But right now, the umpire's saying that Clark is going to stay at first. Now they're signaling that he will head down to second. That throw out of play, so Clark will get an extra base.
So now Clark now over to second for Ty Daly. This is a great spot for Wareham to at least try and get 1 back here. You just have to keep fighting. You know that YD isn't going to let up offensively. So you have to do the same. 22 hits, Cory. It's just the 6th inning.
Well, Daly is 3 for 3. A pair of singles and a doubles driven in a run. Runner in scoring position, 2 away. Big swing, blast that one to the right side, off of the first baseman Hernandez and into right field. Clark rounding third, he jogs in to score. An RBI base hit for Ty Daly comes through yet again, and the deficit is 2.
Something so similar to what we just saw in the previous half inning, Cory. Just a difficult field there over in right. You could see Baker and Hernandez just not being able to cleanly field it. Tripping over in the dirt, drifts into the outfield. That brings the Gatemen back within 2.
For Hunter, Carnes has walked, popped out, struck out. First pitch he sees in this at-bat stays low for ball 1. The Clark at-bat ruled a base hit and then an error on the second baseman Baker to put him in scoring position. Daly capitalized. So here's Carnes waiting on the 1-0, swings and fouls it straight back. Now 2 errors for the Red Sox here tonight. And that last ball off the bat of Daly. Diving attempt by Hernandez, couldn't glove it cleanly. Caromed into the outfield, Clark around third and scored. 9-7 now. Runner on at first, 2 away and a 1-1 pitch. Up in the zone for ball number 2.
Daly's really starting to get comfortable over these last few games, Cory. You know, we talked about it heading into the weekend, that back and forth, good game, bad game, alternating. Now 3 straight games for Daly. Exceptional hitting from the right fielder.
A 2-1. Carnes grounds it. The shortstop, Carreras, fields, flips to Baker covering second for out number 3. The Gatemen get a run back. on a pair of hits and an air. They played a run, now trail by 2, heading to the bottom of the 6th. It's 9-7 Red Sox here on Cape League TV.
Sacrifice of all branches of the military, veterans, and first responders. Join us every Friday.
Custom Soils, a subsidiary of the AD Makepeace Company, is New England's most experienced precision soil blender. Reed is the leading provider of the lightweight planting soil for green roof installations, stabilized stone dust for nature paths and pedestrian walkways, bioretention rain garden soils, and specialized soils for athletic fields, including your newly renovated Spillane Field. To learn more, visit reedcustomsoils.com. Cape Cod Central Railroad is proud to sponsor the Wareham Gatemen for the 2nd year in a row. Experience the scenic beauty of Cape Cod like never before. Journey through picturesque marshes, cranberry bogs, and dunes on our historic rail line. Whether you're savoring a 5-course gourmet dinner, enjoying a Sunday brunch with a live jazz band, or bringing the family on a narrated excursion, there's a ride for everyone. Departing from Hyannis and Buzzards Bay, visit capetrain.com to book your ride today.
It's an offensive outburst here at Red Wilson Field. 16 combined runs between the Gatemen and the Red Sox heading into the bottom of the 6th. 9-7, YD leads over Wareham. Josh Butler returns to the mound. First full inning of work, facing the top of the Red Sox order.
He did a good job to at least manage his way out of the previous inning. He had to inherit a difficult situation for McDonald. Came in, none of the runs that came across after he entered were charged to him. All of them charged to McDonald. So he still has a clean slate. But at this point, this has to be the guy in Butler that you go to and you say, hey, you already pitched a third of an inning. We need you to stay out there for a little bit longer. Yeah, we have a lot of fresh arms, but we trust you to try and keep this just a 2-run game against the top of a YD order that has just been raking all day.
Starts with Braden Dowd, leadoff homer, bottom of the 1st, 3 for 3. First pitch he sees from Butler, big swing and a miss at a breaking ball down low. And a 2-run deficit, the way this game has gone in terms of the hitting, doesn't seem like a whole lot. So if he can keep it right there, chance for the Gatemen to respond. The 0-1. Bounced into the ground, a high hop waiting for Randall, who throws quickly over to McHugh at first for out number 1.
Good first out against a guy that was 3 for 3 before that at-bat. Home run in the 1st, singles in the 3rd and 5th. But it doesn't get easier from there. You still have to continue to attack, apply pressure moving into the second half of this game. Make it difficult for these YD hitters to continue with that groove that they've been in all day.
This YD team entered 3rd in average, home runs, 2nd in ERA, again, doing it on both sides of the ball. Butler fires one into Baker, high and outside for ball 1. We've gotten a sense of why the power numbers have been elevated, especially here at Red Wilson Field, the shorter dimensions. A 1-0 now. Fastball in the outer part of the plate, make it 1-1.
Butler can locate that fastball. It'll serve his breaking pitches very well. It's what he's made his bread and butter off of earlier this year.
Deals on 1-1. Laying off that pitch was Baker. It's a breaking ball outside corner for called strike 2.
And his fastball produces so much heat and velocity. Just can get hitters so off balance when he goes with the breaking.
The 1-2 now. In the dirt. Good block by Carnes, but Baker lays off. The Red Sox haven't been held scoreless in an inning since the 2nd. It's the only time they haven't scored a run in an inning so far this game. And now it's a 2-2 on the way from Butler. Fastball up in the zone, and it's a full count.
And it's the last inning that's been scoreless in this game, Cory. Since then, 3rd through 6th. So now just 3.5 innings later, 15 of the 16 runs. Nobody showing any signs of slowing down.
3-2 pitch stays high. So Butler loses Baker. He's on with a 1-out walk.
Can't go from 1-2 and then deliver 3 straight balls, especially against a team hitting this well. Every at-bat matters. You have to treat every at-bat, bottom 8, bottom 9, have a slim lead, and it's a high leverage spot. YD's been capitalizing off of almost any mistake that the Gatemen have made.
Hakopian fouls the first pitch he sees back behind home plate. Off of the screen, 0-1. Butler, the third pitcher used by the Gatemen. From Baisley to McDonald. And now the righty Butler. McDonald just lasted 1 inning. Butler gets the sign, nods, and delivers. In the dirt, nice job on the pick by Carnes behind home plate. It's a ball and a strike. Hunter Carnes behind home plate, catching in his first game as a Gateman after being activated. FSU catcher sets the sign, raises the glove, and receives this 1-2 pitch. Foul ball off of the home plate umpire.
Tim Carey's going to need a second to collect himself after that. First things first, it can't be difficult to stand in the heat for an entire game, call balls and strikes effectively. It gets even more difficult when you take a foul ball right off the helmet. Looks like everybody's going to go over and make sure that he's okay. Ryan Smythe's on his way over to the left side of home plate.
Talking things over. Smythe and Carey. Carey will shake it off, put his hat back on. Gets a round of applause from the crowd here at Red Wilson Field. Seems to be okay.
Yeah, he was giving Hakopian a hard time there for fouling it off.
As we reset, there's a runner on at first. That's Baker. He walked with 1 out. It's a 1-2 count on Hakopian. 9-7 Red Sox lead, bottom of the 6th. And Josh Butler now back to work on the mound. He'll kick and deliver on the 1-2. Runner takes off for second. The pitch is low. Carnes not even going to test the throw down to second. So an easy stolen base for Will Baker in the scoring position with 1 away.
Tough transition for Carnes there. Ball in the dirt, had it off the end of his mitt, and tried to have that clean exchange into his right hand and just fumbled with the ball a little bit there.
So now it's 2-2. Butler trying to work out of trouble. Kicks, fires. Breaking ball. Check swing by Hakopian. Held up. Count goes full now. We saw Baker work a walk after being down early in the count. It was 1-2 on Hakopian. 2 straight balls. It's a full count with a runner on at second and 1 away. Here's Butler's 3-2 pitch. Fastball up in the zone, too high. Back-to-back walks put 2 runners on with 1 away.
Tough to lose a guy again for the second straight batter. You're ahead in the count. You're ahead 1-2 in the count. And then just a couple straight balls will really cost you. It's back-to-back at-bats. Butler had him until he didn't.
Brings up the cleanup man, first baseman Alex Hernandez. 3:48 coming into this game. Still waiting for his first hit tonight, but he's driven in 2 runs, a sac fly, and an RBI ground out. 2 runners on for him, 1 away. Against Josh Butler now. Breaking ball, gets underneath of it, pops it out of play, right of home plate. After retiring the leadoff man down on a groundout, back-to-back walks for Butler. Fires home a fastball in there for a called strike 2.
All right, now you're ahead 0-2. Don't let him off the hook. You can't do it again for 3 straight batters. You have him. You have a double play opportunity. Just get this out.
See what Butler goes with here on the 0-2. On its way now to Hernandez. That one just misses. Maybe a little bit outside. Right there, close pitch, ball 1. Butler looks in and deals again to Hernandez. Fastball, that one is in there for a called strike 3.
Now batting
Top of the zone. Hernandez not thrilled with the call, but heads back to the dugout, and Butler has his second out.
Yeah, he was happy to get the called ball just a pitch before. Not as happy with the called strike. That one in the top of the zone. Big second out for Butler. Now can just focus at the dish.
So here is Jake Bold, the catcher, with 2 on and 2 away. That first pitch from Butler, a fastball up and in. Bold pinch hit for Nolan Traeger in the 5th. Reached on a fielder's choice and scored a run. He's got 2 runners on here, 2 away. 9-7, the Red Sox lead over the Gatemen. A 1-0. That one finds the zone right there for a called strike 1. Baker on at second, Hakopian at first. They both walked. Butler kicks, fires one in, a breaking ball, high chopper down the third base line. Glove by Turner, race to the bag. He steps on it ahead of Baker for out number 3. Nice play by Turner to end the frame. A couple of walks, but no more damage as Butler pitches into and out of trouble. Keeps the deficit at 2. Gatemen trying to score a few more, down by 2 as we advance to the 7th on Cape League TV.
For a good piece of glass, call Abby, located at 3 Tyler Ave in East Wareham. Call Abby Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs.
Plus, repair smartphones, tablets, game consoles, and computers. Get it done right the first time.
Comes to protecting your home, car, or business, trust the team that's been covering our community for generations. For personalized coverage and service that you can count on, the choice is easy. It's Morse, of course. Visit morseins.com today.
24192.
The Gatemen in search of a late game rally. Down by 2. Top of the 7th now. Dominic Desch back to work on the mound for YD. Caden McDonald, Hayden Yost, and Chris McHugh. 6, 7, 8. McDonald and McHugh both popped home runs their last at-bats.
This is the big part of the lineup for the Gatemen to try and take advantage of it. Of course, you know, the top half of the order did their job in the 6th, got one back, cut the lead down to just 2. But you have your power hitters in McDonald and McHugh today, both going deep. Big spots here to try and either get it within 1, tie the game, take the lead on a big rally. Crucial spot for Wareham.
McDonald has provided the pop as the DH. Played both ways here today. First pitch he sees from Desch on the inner part of the plate. The fastball gets a called strike 1. Wondering when we would see McDonald in the lineup again. The infielder fits in perfectly in that DH spot. Waiting on 0-1 from Desch. Blasted on a line down the third base line. Sales foul.
If he could keep his hands back for an extra quarter of a second, that's fair and into the corner, and the Gatemen would have had extra bases to lead off this inning.
Almost took out George Stransky, the third base umpire. Behind in the count, 0-2. Desch kicks and deals. Lays off a pitch in the dirt, now 1-2.
Hey, they call it the hot corner for a reason.
Got to be ready. McDonald came in hitting .400, entering this one in limited action as a hitter. Seen him as a two-way player twice now. 1-2 pitch on the way. Lays off of that one. Stays a little bit low. Count goes to 2-2.
Good take there from McDonald. A spot where you need to protect the plate. Saw it all the way and made a good read.
From 0-2 to 2-0. Dresch's pitch. Upper part of the zone. It's in there for a called strike 3.
Now batting for Wareham,
That upper quadrant of the zone.
Florida, number 53.
Timothy Cory calling it a strike. Has been all day. Of course, the Gatemen not pleased with it. Had a similar call on the strikeout to Hernandez back in the 6th. So you have to, it's a bit of a give and take there for Wareham.
Brings up Hayden Yost. No one on, one away, top of the 7th. First pitch he sees. Outside on a fastball, 1-0. A called strike 3 call, followed by moans and groans from the Gatemen dugout. In search of a rally here. Getting late, down by 2. Game with plenty of offense. 1-0 from Desch. Half-hearted swing by Yost. Pitch in the dirt. They're going to say he went around. Won't even appeal to the field, so now it's 1-1. Tim Cory saying Hayden Yost broke the plane. A swinging strike. It's now 1-1. Taking, that one bounced in there. It's 2-1.
Big spot for Yost. Already has a double back in the 4th. Get a base runner on with less than 2 outs. Let the rest of your team do the work.
Hitters count 2-1. The pitch. On top of it, rolled down the first base line. Yost thought it was a foul ball, and that is the call. Hitting the batter's box before it advanced down the first base line. Again, chatter from the Gatemen dugout, emphasizing the ball was foul. As Desch will step off the mound. So now 2-2 the count on Hayden Yost. No one on, one away. That one skips in there. Yost lays off, full count. Chris McHugh had a home run. First Gateman hit his last at-bat, waits on deck. Here in the top of the 7th. Full count pitch on the way to Hayden Yost. Fastball gets by him. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 away.
Now batting for Wareham.
Big bounce back pitch there from YD. Desch delivered. Second straight strikeout. McHugh had the home run in the 5th. No better time to get another one here in the 7th.
His team down by 2, no one on, 2 away. Righty on righty matchup. First pitch DC's low in the zone, ball 1. The numbers on McHugh's home run in the 5th, 93 mile per hour exit velocity, traveled 365 feet out to dead center. 1-0 pitch, fastball zips into the zone. Doesn't get the call though, and it's 2-0 on McHugh. McDonald's home run got off the bat at 93 miles per hour, went 351 feet. That one out to right center. McDonald waits, McHugh on the 2-0. High chopper back up the middle, backhanded by Baker, throws low to first, dug out on a hop by Hernandez.
Middle of the 7th inning, YD9.
Nice play on both ends to retire McHugh on the ground ball. 3 up, 3 down, including 2 strikeouts for the Gatemen in the 7th. Remains a 9-7 game as we wait to stretch here at Red Wilson Field. Red Sox up by 2 on Cape League TV.
Finding a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or a family member has been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all of the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP also has offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website, www.rkm-law.com.
No, this is someone new.
Electrician Cape Cod Trust. For the finest electrical services, call or text Darren Duty at 508-742-5500 or look for the
Back here at Red Wilson Field alongside Josh Richardson, I'm Cory Miller. On this warm, now Tuesday evening, it is 9-7 Red Sox. Bottom half of the 7th about to commence. Pitching change for the Gatemen. Shea Went takes over for Josh Butler. Solid outing for Butler, an inning in the third, 3 walks but 2 strikeouts, no runs come across. And now it's the righty Went, again trying to keep the deficit right where it is at 2 runs.
Went so far this season, 2 outings, 4 1/3 innings pitched total, the latter of which a lot stronger than the former. Went 2 innings, 2 hits of 1-run ball against Hyannis. That was the 12-6 win. Struck out none, walked 2. Before that, against Chatham, went 2 1/3, 4 hits, 5 runs, only 3 of them earned. 3 walks and 2 Ks. The righty from Creighton really just trying to locate here now against the Red Sox. And that'll be the thing. 5 walks in 2 games. He had 31 walks in 29 2/3 innings pitched this past year for the Blue Jays. And now against a team that's already played it 9 through 6 innings. A big opportunity for him to find the zone, attack it, and force some weak ground balls or blow something by some of these YD hitters.
Brings up Cody Miller, third baseman out of East Tennessee State. A strikeout, home run, and RBI single in 3 trips to the plate so far tonight. First pitch he sees from Went, a fastball right by him up in the zone. It's 0-1. And what has been an unconventional game for the Gatemen, especially in terms of how many runs they've allowed. 9 earned runs so far here tonight, and 0-1 from Went. On the way, showing bunt was Miller. Pulls it back. It's a called strike anyways. Entering this game, Wareham starters had pitched to an ERA of 3.05. And now some banter between the YD dugout and home plate umpire Timothy Carey. He's been hearing it from both sides tonight.
What I was about to say, Cory.
0-2 quickly on Miller and Went deals. Fastball up in the zone, high pop-up, shallow right field. McHugh will yield to Dally coming in, makes the catch right along the right field line.
Now batting for YD.
That's got to be the most lose-lose job in the world, right? Being a home plate umpire. You can't win.
It seems like it is that fastball, as you talked about, up in the zone. It was a called strike 2 on Miller that really has just received negative reviews from both of these sides.
But if it's receiving negative reviews on both sides, then it means he's at least being consistent.
Yep. That's what they say.
It's
That's all you can ask
zone
for.
to everybody.
First pitch to Soldra, a breaking ball low and inside. To finish that last point, typically the Gatemen starters have been great this season, allowed no earned runs in half of their 8 starts. So 4 of the 8 starts this season, including each of the last 2 coming into this game. Soldra tried to get a bunt down. It rolled foul down the third base line. Again, that will now be 4 of their last 9 starts on the season, with 9 runs in here tonight. So that stretch of scoreless outings comes to an end at 2 for the Gatemen starters. Bullpen game now, though. It's 9-7 Red Sox last to the 7th. No one on, 1 away, and a 1-1 pitch to Soldra. Bounce to third. On a hop, Turner, the backhand, fires across in time for out number 2.
Now batting for YD, the shortstop from Rutgers, number 12, Yomar.
First time we've seen Colby Turner over at third this season, Cory. He's been used at second. He's been used in right field. Came in this summer as a third baseman, so finally getting to play his primary position, and he showed why that is his main spot in the infield.
Went into the windup, fires into Calera, fastball. He was late on it, swing and a miss, 0-1. It is nice to see from Turner because Michigan, the Wolverines have had him mostly in the outfield. Gatemen mostly at second and right. So now, it does get to play that most natural position to him. An 0-1 here from Went. Hard hit on the ground down the first baseline. McHugh down to a knee to smother it and steps on the bag for out number 3.
End of the 7th inning.
Strong inning for Shea Went out of the bullpen. Gets the Red Sox 3 up, 3 down. These two squads trade zeros in the 7th, which means it's still 9-7 Red Sox with the Gatemen down to their final 6 outs on Cape League TV.
Finding a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or a family member has been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all of the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP also has offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website, www.rkm-law.com.
When it comes to protecting your home, car, or business, trust the team that's been covering our community for generations. For personalized coverage and service that you can count on, the choice is easy. It's Morse, of course. Visit morseins.com today.
The Gatemen down to their final 6 outs here on Cape League TV. Top of the 8th, it's Colby Turner. Then back to the top of the order, and Braden Randall and Van Shayen to face Dominic Desch, who has kind of quieted down the bats now in his 3rd inning of work. 2 innings pitched thus far, allowed 3 hits, 2 strikeouts, but no earned runs. Has kind of been a stopgap out of the bullpen for YD, who's allowed 7 runs so far here tonight.
Yeah, at this point, you're starting to run out of time. You got 9-1-2 in the Gateman order here, so no better spot for an 8-9. You have to take advantage. You have to capitalize. Turner has a hit today, hit by pitch in the 4th as well. He's having a nice day, and then you get the top of the order. Just get back in the flow of things that you had on that 4-game win streak and try and flip this score back to positive.
Turner waiting on the first pitch. Big swing and a miss, strike 1. And the Gatemen mount a late inning comeback. They've led twice here tonight. YD has clawed back to go back out in front. And an offensive outburst from both of these two teams. An 0-1 to Turner on the way. Gets a piece of it, bounces it behind home plate for strike 2.
He's attacking early, just not squaring it up just yet. The downside of that is now you have to battle.
23 combined hits from both of these teams, 16 combined runs. It's an 0-2 count on Colby Turner. No one on, no one out, top of the 8th. Desch is 0-2. In the dirt, Turner lays off. Been waiting to see some power from the Gatemen consistently this summer. 3 homers coming into play. They've already launched 2 so far tonight. Off the bats of McDonald and McHugh. Right now it's Turner on the 1-2. Another pitch in the dirt. Once again, Turner lays off to draw the count even at 2-2.
Good 2 takes from Turner there. Work it back even. Still got a battle with 2 strikes. They'll protect the plate. Look for your pitch.
It's 2-2 with Desch kicking and firing. 3rd straight pitch that he bounces in there from 0-2 to 3-2. And again, Braden Randall waiting on deck.
All the way back to full from Turner there. This is the type of at-bat that you like to see out of your 9-hitter.
Turner trying to get on to start the 8th. Waiting on a 3-2. Gets a piece of a pitch up in the zone to stay alive.
That fastball was upstairs, but, you know, with how Carey's calling it, definitely not the pitch that you want to, you know, test your luck with. Good fight from Turner there to foul that one off.
3-2 the count. They'll do it again. Desch to Turner on the full count pitch. Shatters his bat. lands down the first base line, fielded by Hernandez, tried to tag Turner. Looks like maybe he missed the initial attempt. Turner then tried to dive back to the first base bag. Ultimately, Hernandez applies the tag, and Turner's retired to begin the 8th.
Yeah, that was a good effort. A sneaky slide there from Turner to try and get to the bag.
That boy collects the now broken bat into 2 pieces. So now there is no one on top of the order in Braden Randall. Scored a run after hit by pitch in the 3rd. Sacrifice fly and a base hit for the Gatemen leadoff man. First pitch, a fastball that misses outside. We have seen Randall in the leadoff spot now multiple games this season. 263 entering play. A 1-0 to him. Taking that one at the knees, called strike 2. Trying to get on base and bring the tying run to the plate. In the 8th inning, a 1-1 pitch, breaking ball that stays high.
Big pitch for Randall in this at bat. Can tip the scales either way. Got to get on base here.
On 2-1. Takes a fastball low in the zone, a pitch away from doing so. It's now 3-1. Van Scheen waits on deck. Randall's provided a lot of versatility as a guy who can play second base. That's where we've seen him slotted. I've seen him at shortstop too. Heading the count 3-1, no one on, 1 away. That pitch, a bouncer down the first base line, fielded underneath the glove of Hernandez, and now the second baseman Baker comes on to make the play at first. A bang-bang play. Looked like Randall maybe would have beaten it. And now here's Ryan Smythe to argue the call.
Yeah, he's going to have a chat with Pablo Bustamante, the first base umpire. Cory, from our vantage point, it really looked like Randall beat that throw. It was close. But, I mean, that entire Gatemen dugout exploded. Adamant that he was safe.
We've talked about the frustration that has been mounting from both of these dugouts tonight. Some calls in the field, some at the plate. And it's a huge out. Again, it was a chopper that Hernandez tried to pick on the short hop underneath his glove. Credit to Baker to be there on the backup. And Dash covering on the putout. So here's Shane with no one on and 2 away. His team's still down by 2. Bounces that first pitch to short. On a hop, there's Carreras across in time for out number 3. Another 3 up, 3 down inning for the Gatemen. Down to their final 3 out, still down by 2, 9-7. YD leads as we head to the bottom of the 8th on Cape League TV.
Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower and recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and land stewardship. For 171 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
Legacy Insurance has been servicing Wareham and the surrounding areas since 1980. Call Legacy Insurance for all your insurance needs at 508-295-1315. Legacy Insurance, your hometown agency. Sports Turf Specialties has set the standard for high-quality natural grass athletic field construction. As a full-service athletic field construction company, we specialize in design, build, and renovation of native soil, modified soil, and sand-based athletic fields. Our team will provide you with superior quality, expert guidance, and continuing support long after the completion of our project. We are proud to have built the infield for the Wareham Gatemen field. Go Gatemen!
Getting set for the last of the 8th here at Red Wilson Field. Gavin Black, right-hander out of Mississippi State, will take over for Shea Wenton, who pitched a scoreless 7th. Black hoping for a bounce-back frame. Again, the wild pitch that brought in the winning run. Harwich walked it off on Sunday.
Tough spot for Black to come in, inherited a few runners. Before that, though, both of his appearances this season coming against Harwich got the save back in the 5-2 win last week. Big spot for him now to just keep trying to hold the Red Sox scoreless for what could be a third straight inning while the Gatemen try and collect back in the top of the ninth with just 3 outs remaining.
Yeah, the problem being the Gatemen have been held scoreless in 3 straight innings, again trailing by just 2. We've seen Black late in games when he has appeared since being activated a couple days ago.
YD, the right fielder from TCU, number 15, Chase Brunson.
So Chase Brunson into the game, replacing Cider Cannon, hitting 9th in the order. Out of TCU, hitting .200 on the summer, entering this one, batting from the right side. In a game that has featured 16 runs. Bottom of the 8th. Black fires home. Fastball in the dirt. This is the 3rd game out of the pen for Black. 1 total inning. 2 hit by pitches, a walk and a strikeout. Technically, though, no earned runs. A 1-0. Again, that one stays low. The fastball misses. 2nd straight pitch. It's 2-0. Brunson pitch hitting for Cider Cannon. And then the top of the order for the Red Sox in the last of the 8th. 2-0 pitch. That one just misses a little outside. Now it's 3-0.
Tough start for Black here. A couple pitches in the dirt. Misses that call outside.
Three straight balls. Now on the 3-0. Fastball stays way high. And on 4 pitches, Chase Brunson works a walk. Brings up the top of the order, and it certainly feels like a situation where if you're the Gatemen and Gavin Black, you have to keep the deficit at 2. Give your squad the best possible chance to come back and at the very least tie this game up in the top of the 9th.
Yeah, YD bats have started to cool off since that 3rd through 5th stretch, scoring 8 of the 9 runs.
Braden Dowd, the leadoff man, trying to dodge his way out of that breaking ball. It still hit him, though. So the 3rd hit by pitch issued by Gavin Black so far this summer. A walk on 4 pitches, a hit by pitch on a first pitch breaking ball, and now there's 2 on to begin the 8th.
This is not how you want the 8th inning to start when you're down by 2. It's these little things, right, Cory? You know, you walk a guy on 4 pitches, you hit a guy. You only have 1 less hit today. This is where the game can get away.
And a fastball that hit home plate by Carnes behind the dish to the backstop. Both runners advance 90 feet. Both are in scoring position for Will Baker now.
So, Cory, we go back now to Black's last appearance. That was back on Sunday in the loss to Harwich. Ended that game. It was a payoff pitch coming up 3-2 with runners on 2nd and 3rd. Delivers a pitch in the dirt. It gets by the catcher, Agresti. So that ended that game on the walk-off. Then you go today, a couple in the dirt, a 4-pitch walk, a hit batter, and then another one in the dirt to move everybody over.
Now on the 1-0, that ball stays low. So yeah, it's really been a command thing for Gavin Black. Feel like the stuff is there, but we've seen him in some high leverage spots, obviously in that tie game in the 9th against Harwich. Now here, bottom of the 8th, trying to keep the deficit where it is. It's 2-0 on Will Baker. The infield is in. 2nd and 3rd, no one out. Black deals, fastball way high, and it's 3-0.
Well, he had a really solid year for the Gatemen last season, Cory. Just trying to translate that over. Yeah, he joined the team late. Not here for opening day. Just got to get back in the groove of things.
3 straight balls to start the at-bat against Will Baker. 3-0 pitch. Fastball doesn't even threaten the zone. Stays upstairs, and the bases are loaded for Chris Hakopian.
4-pitch walk, hit by pitch, 4-pitch walk. This is not the start that Gavin Black was envisioning when he entered into this game, and that's going to be it for him.
Eric Luxus, a few steps onto the field, already has motion to the bullpen. A chance for the Red Sox to throw the dagger here in the bottom of the 8th, already up by 2. Bases are loaded, no one is out. And Gavin Black will exit with the Red Sox threatening for more. Bottom of the 8th here on Cape League TV.
Custom Soils, a subsidiary of the AD Makepeace Company, is New England's most experienced precision soil blender. Reed is the leading provider of the lightweight planting soil for green roof installations, stabilized stone dust for nature paths and pedestrian walkways, bioretention rain garden soils, and specialized soils for athletic fields, including your newly renovated Spillane Field. To learn more, visit reedcustomsoils.com. Cape Cod Central Railroad is proud to sponsor the Wareham Gatemen for the 2nd year in a row. Experience the scenic beauty of Cape Cod like never before. Journey through picturesque marshes, cranberry bogs, and dunes on our historic rail line. Whether you're savoring a 5-course gourmet dinner, enjoying a Sunday brunch with a live jazz band, or bringing the family on a narrated excursion, there's a ride for everyone. Departing from Hyannis and Buzzards Bay, visit capetrain.com to book your ride today.
You can dream it. If you can cruise in it. If you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group. Protecting the possible.
The Gatemen in a tough spot right now. Down by 2, last of the 8th. The bases are loaded. Gavin Black gives way to Lazaro Calera, just activated the other day. The right-handed pitcher, 6'5", 230-pound freshman from Miami. He'll have to face Hakopian, Hernandez, and then Jake Bold with the bases loaded. At Miami this past spring, 14 innings pitched and 12 appearances for Calera. An ERA elevated up over 7, allowed 18 hits, 11 earned runs, 12 walks. A tough spot to make your first appearance of the summer for the big righty.
Yeah, not exactly putting him in a position to succeed here. You know, none of these runners, if they come around to score, will be charged to him, except the first batter he'll face at the plate.
Facing the heart of this YD order, now with Hakopian to begin things.
I mean, Corey, the Gatemen really had a chance to get through this 8th inning, get back up to the 9th. You've got a prime spot of batters coming up 3, 4, 5, heart of this order. Gavin Black comes in, 4-pitch walk, hit by pitch, 4-pitch walk. Just really made things difficult here for Wareham in the late stages of this one.
Can Calera pitch out of a jam in his first look as a Gateman? Corner infielders are in, middle infielders halfway. Trying to hold the deficit at 2, but there's no one out. Against the righty Hakopian, Calera's first pitch, a fastball. High fly ball. Deep into right. Daly waits up for it, makes the catch. Runner tags, will score from third. A sacrifice fly by Hakopian to plate chase Brunson.
Now batting for YD,
Dowd
first baseman from Georgia Tech, number
over
4,
to third.
Alex Hernandez.
So now first and third, 1 away. 10-7 Red Sox.
With how this park has been playing today, Corey, I thought that one was gone out into right, and this one would have just been broken wide open. Good thing I was wrong for Wareham's sake. Double play ball gets him out of the inning. Already scored 3 in the inning, in 1 inning, that is, back in the 5th. Not out of the realm of possibility just yet.
So now it's the righty first baseman Hernandez. Calera's pitch to him, off of the glove of Carnes to the backstop it goes, sprinting to the plate and sliding in safely on the wild pitch is Braden Dowd. YD adds another, it's 11-7.
And that'll make it a lot harder.
Will Baker up to second on the wild pitch. Again, Carnes and Calera, the two newest additions to this Gatemen team, just trying to get on the same page. A fastball off of Carnes' glove. Another run in. A 1-0 now. Hard hit into the right center field gap. It'll roll all the way to the wall. In to score from second is Baker. Hernandez replaces him there, an RBI double. YD continues to pile on here in the 8th. 3 more runs thus far. It's 12-7.
Yeah, it hasn't mattered who is on the mound for Wareham. All YD knows how to do is hit. 5 runs against Baisley, 4 runs against McDonald, 3 runs against Black. You got a good 2 1/3 innings against Butler, with Butler and Wendt. You move away from them after the pitches start to get up there. Now it's a tough spot.
First pitch to Jake Bold was a fastball, top of the zone for a called strike 1. Calera back to work on the mound, the 0-1. Foul tip off of Carnes behind home plate, 0-2. None of those 3 runs that just scored will be charged to Calera, all being charged to Gavin Black. But now Hernandez on at second is Calera's responsibility. Again, it's 12-7. YD leads, tacking on the insurance runs, bottom of the 8th. 1 on at second, 1 out. As Calera kicks and deals on the 0-2 pitch. In on the hands, jam shot, shallow right field. Out is Randall. It's out of his reach. It falls into right field. Hernandez had to wait up, so he only advances to third. But Jake Bold will reach with the single, a bloop shot into right field, lands in between everyone. First and third, 1 out for Cody Miller.
Yeah, the wheels are really just falling off the bus here in the late stages of this one, Cory. I mean, that's the type of play that, it's a 50-50 ball, but Wareham has made it so many times earlier this season that at some point you almost start to think of it as a little bit routine. It was a flare shot into right, drifting into the triangle, but it's the first time that we've seen something like that drop against Wareham this year.
Cody Miller takes a pitch low and outside for ball 1. Again, this game was well within reach. It was a 2-run game, both in the 7th and 8th. But now the Red Sox up by 5 with 2 runners on, 1 away. Calera's pitch blown by the swinging Cody Miller, and it's 1-1.
At this point, you just want to get these last 2 outs. Just keep it somewhat respectable, right? 12-7.
1-1 pitch, fooled him on a breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 2.
Get through this game, feel confident, at least in, how you executed in the 6th and 7th innings. You held them scoreless for a little while, then get back on track. You got another game against Orleans tomorrow.
1-2. Stays alive as he pokes that one out of play, does Cody Miller. And listen, the offense has been there. 7 runs may not ultimately get the job done tonight, but 2 home runs. After a game which you put up 2 runs on Sunday against Harwich. McHugh's first home run, so the offense has been there tonight. 1-2 from Calera on the way. Fastball hit on the ground. Randall at second, flips to second for 1. Back to first, not in time. A run comes in to score on the fielder's choice. Reaching at first is Cody Miller. Gatemen almost didn't get a single out there, though.
Yeah, it looked like Cheyenne almost overran the bag on the throw from Randall. He placed it so it would hit Cheyenne in the chest if he could stop his momentum right at the bag. Just overran it a little bit. You get that second out, though. Now you're just 1 away from getting out of this 8th inning.
Soldier is the hitter. Runner on at first, 2 away. Calera looking for that 3rd out. His bases loaded, no one out when he enters. A fastball gets ahead 0-1 as Soldier pops it foul out of play. There was some more banter from the Red Sox dugout there, arguing that Cheyenne came off the bag on that flip by Randall. There even shouldn't have been 1 out on that play. But the Gatemen get 1 on the fielder's choice. 2 outs, 0-1 the count on Soldier with a runner on at first. Swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt, and it's quickly 0-2. 4 runs have come in for the Red Sox here in the 8th. Began the inning 9-7, now 13-7. Calera steps off here. Check in on the runner at first, and diving back safely is Cody Miller. Calera looking for that third out of the 8th. Already 4 runs in, 0-2 with 2 away. Deals low here. Good job by Carnes to pick it on a ball in the dirt.
Crowd certainly active here in the late stages of this one, Cory.
The umpires cannot catch a break from either side. The crowd.
Bustamante looks like he's taking it on the chin. I don't know if the crowd might pick that up, but that was one of the more creative chirps I've ever heard.
1-2. Behind on that fastball was Soldier. Spoils it on the slicing foul ball down the third baseline. Out of play.
Something about Halloween candy, I believe is what I picked up
Halloween
on.
reference in late June.
Yeah.
You'd think they wouldn't still be chirping with their squad now up by 6, but hey, didn't think that was an out call that should have gone that way at second. That pitch is laced down the right field line, but a foul ball as it was rolling into the corner. Soldier will have to come back. And you said it, Josh, that one more out all Calera needs.
Just get out of the inning. Just got to get out of the inning.
He is Soldier with 2 strikes. It's the 1-2 count. Runner on at first, 2 away. Calera kicks and deals. Fastball, high chopper up the middle. Randall Fields throw to first on a hop. McHugh able to pick it for out number 3. Not before the Red Sox plate 4 insurance runs here in the 8th. Add on to make it a 6-run deficit. 13-7, the Gatemen down to their final outs when we return on Cape League TV.
Custom Soils, a subsidiary of the AD Makepeace Company, is New England's most experienced precision soil blender. Reed is the leading provider of the lightweight planting soil for green roof installations, stabilized stone dust for nature paths and pedestrian walkways, bioretention rain garden soils, and specialized soils for athletic fields, including your newly renovated Spillane Field. To learn more, visit reedcustomsoils.com. Cape Cod Central Railroad is proud to sponsor the Wareham Gatemen for the 2nd year in a row. Experience the scenic beauty of Cape Cod like never before. Journey through picturesque marshes, cranberry bogs, and dunes on our historic rail line. Whether you're savoring a 5-course gourmet dinner, enjoying a Sunday brunch with a live jazz band, or bringing the family on a narrated excursion, there's a ride for everyone. Departing from Hyannis and Buzzards Bay, visit capetrain.com to book your ride today.
Gatemen down to their final 3 outs after giving up 4 in the bottom of the 8th. So with 13-7 YD leads, Drew Conan, righty out of University of Virginia, will look to shut the door here in the 9th. In his 2nd game of the summer, will face Clark, Daly, and Carnes, 3, 4, 5 in the Gatemen order.
He's got some run support here, Cory. I mean, this is a perfect chance to, get a guy. He's only pitched in a few outings so far this year. Low leverage spot, just hold Wareham to the 7 runs that they're at, move on, and keep riding that win streak. 3 outs away from going up to 5 games.
First base that Clark sees a fastball in there for a called strike. Went from a 2-run game to now a 6-run game here in the top of the 9th. And a hitting fest here this evening. 20 combined runs. The 0-1 to Clark in the dirt for ball one.
20 combined runs, 25 combined hits.
We've seen several lead changes between both of these teams. The Gatemen led at 2 different points tonight. Both of these teams fighting back from a couple of different deficits. 1-1 to Clark. Just a bit high, 2-1. Couple of defensive changes for the Red Sox as well, as this 2-1 pitch is blasted into right center field, way back at the wall, and a leaping catch by Cannon to rob Clark of extra bases. Correction, that's Brunson who took over in right field. Nonetheless, a great play. It had extra bases written all over it. So now the Gatemen down to their final 2 outs. Ty Daly, who was 4 for 4 tonight. Big swing and a miss, called strike 1. Those other defensive changes, Dean Carpentier replaces Will Baker at second and flips-flops with Cody Miller at third. So it is Carpentier at third, Miller at second. 0-1 to Daly, swing at a pitch down, and it's 0-2. Daly with 3 singles and a double. He's driven in 2 tonight. The 0-2 to him, fastball way high, 1-2. And a great game for Daly, the cleanup man, playing right field tonight. 1-2 from Conan. Stays alive. Daly taps it just foul behind home plate. Conan will kick and deal on the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fastball by Daly. 2 retired in the top of the 9th. The Gatemen down to their final out.
Tough game for Wareham today, Cory. You put up the runs. This is the first time that it hasn't been one bad inning. You know, you look across the other games that the Gatemen have played this year. The loss to Hyannis on opening day, 6 runs in the 8th. The loss to Chatham 2 days later, 7 runs in the 4th. Other than that, though, great pitching throughout the entire course of the season. This was the first difficult one for Wareham.
Fastball in for a called strike 1 on Mac Rose, pinch hitting for Hunter Carnes, batting from the left side. 0-1 to him. Fastball way high, 1-1. And yeah, really the first time, as you said, this season where the pitching hasn't been there throughout, where it hasn't just been one inning. YD added on across really the whole game. 1-1 from Conan. Rose able to check his swing on a fastball up in the zone, so it's 2-1. 2-1 with 2 away in the dirt for ball 3. And in a lot of games, 7 runs will get you a win, but the way the ball was flying here tonight, the elevated temperature, shorter dimensions here at Red Wilson Field ultimately wasn't enough.
5 home runs will do that.
3-1 to Rose, fastball well high. He works a 2-out walk. Brings up Caden McDonald, the DH. The walk to Rose keeps the game alive. First pitch to McDonald, fastball up and away. Now the defense has also bounced back from the Gatemen tonight. No errors issued in this one after 2 against Harwich Sunday. 7-11-0 the line score as that pitch is blasted deep to left field. Looking up is Soldra, and that ball is gone. My mistake, Soldra made the catch in front of the wall. Almost got a hold of that. McDonald almost leaving the yard. Instead, it's the final out. 13-7 your final here from Red Wilson Field.
Yeah, tough to read out in left field, Cory. That one just off the end of the bat. It sounded pretty good, but died just short of the wall.
In a game where the bats were there for the Gatemen through most of the contest, 7 runs they score, but not enough to keep pace from the Red Sox.
5-game win streak now for YD. Wareham now on a 2-game losing skid after winning 4 straight. The good news is that it's baseball. Wipe it from your memory. You got another game tomorrow. Try and get back in the win column. Does this one feel good? No, not at all, but there are some positives to take away. You score 7 runs. You have 11 hits. Offensively, solid outburst from Wareham, but the pitching definitely could be improved moving into now just about a quarter of the way through this season.
So the Gatemen drop their 2nd straight, fall to 4-5 now on the summer. That next contest against Orleans, home tomorrow at 6 o'clock. As we will wrap things up here from Red Wilson Field. Again, the Gatemen can't keep pace with the Red Sox. They fall 13-7. For Joe McLaughlin, our beat reporter tonight, Chuck Luarasi, Abby Smith, our producers. For Josh Richardson, I'm Cory Miller saying good night from YD.